Welcome you live for the season number 3 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona 500, and it is finally time after a couple of weeks of speed weeks. All the action is over for the other speed week practices, practices, the lower series races, all of that preseason thunder, the clash, it's all done, and now it's time for the big race. It's the main event. This is the Daytona 500, and first up, we have the pre-race show, about half an hour, where we're going to have pre-race interviews, we're going to have to talk about the race a little bit, some more off-season moves, we'll give you guys my picks to win tonight, some drivers to look out for, and more. Coming up in tonight's pre-race show, it is, once again, half of an hour, and yeah, that's what we got for tonight, coming up. Alright, pre-race show for the Daytona 500. We'll be with interviews in just about 30 seconds. Stay tuned. It's time for interviews here in Daytona. Alright, so yeah. It's the first race of season number 3, of course, the Daytona 500, the Great American Race. And we are just about ready to go here tonight. We will see cars on track for the warm-up starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah. Alright. Here we go from Daytona. Post pre-race interviews, I should say. Coming up next. Here from the World Center of Racing, we're going to be doing them in kind of a couple of batches like that. So as we do have a half hour, so we're going to have some interviews up first. Let's talk about the race details real quick. So once again, it's half distance of the full 500. We won't talk about that. But yeah, so half distance of the full Daytona 500, 250 miles, 100 laps, I should say. So we're going to have the halfway break at lap number 50. Stage points will be awarded to the top 10. You get a bonus point for the pole, and it's all the usual stuff. This isn't any special things for the points. It's just usual. It's a usual cup race, I should say, but it's the Daytona 500, which makes it a whole lot more intense. So, yeah. Alright, so here we go. Starting off with pre-race interviews from the Daytona Speedway tonight. So we're going to be starting off with your season number 2 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series champion, Aiden Donahue. He was top of the board in preseason thunder here at Daytona. And yeah, he won the Xfinity Series championship last year. He's in his rookie debut in the Cup Series with Highline Motorsports. So let's get our first pre-race interview underway with Aiden Donahue, driver of the number 24 Chevrolet.
What's up, Cole?
So Aiden Donahue, you're going to be making your Daytona 500 debut tonight. So you already have one win in the second biggest race of the season, the Coca-Cola 600 in Cup. But it's your rookie season, full-time for the first race of the Cup Series. So what do you guys think you would do working with your teammates tonight in this Cup race for the Daytona 500?
Well, I'm just honored and happy I'm here. I'm in my favorite car. New season, my first Cup season, like you said. I'm just gonna play it like how I normally would. Just be at the back. You know, I think a lot of people are gonna qualify tonight, so I'm pretty sure I have to qualify in. But after that, I'm just gonna drop to the back. You know, let the race play out how I normally do it. Then I'm gonna try and join up with my teammates later. I'm gonna try and get with like Matthew White, Braden Hunsinger, all them. Try and just stay in my lane, avoid all the wrecks, and maybe do something spectacular at their end. I don't know. I suck at these play races, so I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
All right, so how are you feeling about your race car in this race, as you were top of the board in preseason thunder, and then did some top 5 runs in a Cup Series practice here for the 500?
Well, for that Cup practice I did, I definitely towards like that very last race, I really learned something with the draft, and like apparently you just have to be on the top no matter what with this car. So I think the win is definitely going to be like one of those, someone goes low, the person behind them stays up high, they push the guy forward, then pass for the win. So it'll be something like that. You know, with the Xfinity car, you can just kind of go anywhere. But I definitely think, you know, if you're up top, it gets single file, it'll all be up on the top. So I'll try and get up there, see where the lines are going and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm just going to mind my P's and Q's tonight. Maybe hopefully get some stage points. But at the end, I'm really going to try and go to the front. But hopefully we miss all the wrecks and we get this DuPont 24 Chevrolet in victory lane. That'd be really cool.
All right. Well, good luck in your first Daytona 500 here with us tonight, and we'll see you coming up in the 500 later tonight.
All right, thank you, man.
Aiden Donahue, driver of the number 24 car for Highline Motorsports, making his first career Daytona 500 start this season in his first career full-time year. So next up is going to be, as we look down the order, it's going to be Jacob Malone, driver of the number 3 for Johnson Motorsports. So Jacob Malone, and now your first ever Daytona 500 start here with us in the NASCAR iRacing Cup Series. So you put on an absolute show in the Clash last week. What do you guys think you do tonight in your first 500 start?
It's a super speedway, so there's a lot of unknowns, a lot of uncertainty, but it's just gonna mainly be teamwork among some new teammates I got. Just trying to get used to racing with them and know them a little bit. So I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right, so if you can give us any details here, what do you think your plan is going to be for the race? Are you guys going to try to get some stage points or lay back early on?
I kind of want stage points. I just want to go out there, lead, and have some fun, not just sit around the whole time. So if I cause the big one, who knows? But I'm just trying to be there and have fun.
All right, well, good luck in your first ever 500 start here tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, so coming up next is gonna be Eli Tomlin in the 90. So Eli Tomlin here in your rookie season for the Cup Series, in your first ever 500 start here tonight. So you guys looked pretty good in practice, had a lot of speed as well. So what do you guys think you do coming up tonight in the Daytona 500?
Well, I mean, it depends on how the early flow of the race goes. If it's really, really hectic up there and we're kind of scared of a wreck, we might hang back a little bit. But I think GRM's plan tonight is to go for it. We're gonna try to mix it up early and kind of do the flip of what we did in Xfinity and see if we can still be there at the end.
All right, so you have Giesbrecht, your normal full-time teammate, but then Diego Rodriguez in the number 81 car for tonight. So three RM cars for this race. So do you think the extra teammate is going to help you guys try to get back to the front quicker?
I think so for sure. I mean, Diego's a very level-headed guy, and something good about him is he's got blazing qualifying speed on super speedways. So I think all y'all should be looking out for Diego to go top 10 on the boards in qualifying for sure, and hopefully we'll all be able to mix it up there late, stay out of trouble.
All right, well, good luck in your first ever full-time series start here in the Cup Series tonight and your first ever Daytona 500.
Appreciate it, Ethan.
Coming up next is going to be, actually, we'll take a break here from interviews just for a second so we don't run them all down, but so about maybe like a minute and a half. We have Ashton Miller actually doing. All right, so yeah, it's the Daytona 500. It's the biggest race of the year. The Season 3 Daytona 500. Last season's Daytona 500 did not disappoint. So we're actually going to have a brand new winner guaranteed already coming to this race as Levi Lipe, winner of the Season 1 Daytona 500, is not going to be in this race. He retired a couple of seasons ago. And then Daniel Marceller made a part-time series start in the 500 last year, and then also some other part-time series starts. He actually won the Clash, but he won't be making a part-time start tonight in the Daytona 500. All right, we got Ashton Miller in here going to be doing some interviews with us here for the pre-race show. I guess we can go next with Carlos Ortiz. He's going to be making his second full-time season this year for Team Chevy Motor Club, and this is also his second Daytona 500. So, Bastion, you want to take this one?
All right. All right. So, Carlos Cheese, you're gonna be making your second Daytona 500 here tonight. What are your guys' expectations for this race tonight?
Sorry, I didn't get the first part of your question. Sorry.
You're making your second official start for the 500. What are your guys' expectations for tonight?
Well, I think every TCMC driver should be expected to, work together, not wreck. I have a strategy for us. I don't know how many of us will go through it, but my objection, I mean, not my goal for this race is not to wreck out on like lap 25 like I did last season, which kind of made my regular season really miserable until like we got to Indy. So I think if we get a good race, good points this start, I think I could probably be in contention for a top 5 finish at the end of the season.
All right. Of course, you made it to the playoffs last year, and you had a pretty good run last year. But last night too, in the trucks, you had a pretty good run with Super Speedway Racing. So we'll be looking to see you on the track, and hopefully you do good tonight.
Yeah, hopefully I don't wreck the field like Xfinity on accident.
All right, that was Carlos Ortiz driving the number 21, and he'll be making a second start here tonight.
Okay, coming up next is gonna be John Butler. He's gonna be making his first ever Daytona 500 start. He was did a bunch of the practice sessions as well. It was pretty fast there, so I'll be interviewing John Butler coming up.
All right.
So, John Butler, you're going to be making your first ever Daytona 500 start in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series tonight. So, what do you guys think your plan is to maybe try to get to the front here late in this race to maybe get your win in your first ever start? I guess.
Hopefully, but I have a few teammates. Hopefully that helped me. I think I have a good chance, but I'm gonna play it safe for the first few laps. Try not to get crashed out early on.
All right. So, are you guys going to be going for stage points in this race? Do you think, or are you guys going to be going for the main prize at the end?
Only I haven't decided on that one yet, but we'll see how it all lines up. But most likely I'll try to get some stage points, but it's all about that thing at the end, the race at the end for the win.
All right. Well, good luck in your first ever full-time series start here tonight in the Daytona 500, and we'll see you coming up just about 20 minutes for the Season 3 Daytona 500. Good luck.
Yep, thanks.
Okay, Ashton. If you want to take the next driver, you can actually just choose one, and I'll give you some information on them.
All right. Oh, you want me to drag someone in?
No, I just tell me which one you want to do. I'll give you some info on them.
Oh, we could do Richard, I guess.
All right. So Richard Cherry made his debut in Kansas for the championship last season. Ran pretty well, and he's going to be in his first ever full-time series or full-time. Well, no, not full-time. He's going to be making his first ever
First
Daytona.
500.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. All right, he's coming in.
So Richard Cherry, starting his first ever Daytona 500 and FedEx. What are your guys' expectations for here tonight?
For the first stage, I'm personally I'm gonna be more conservative, and then in the second half I might be just more aggressive and also cooperating with the team, of course. But yeah, let's see if TCMC overall can win 4 out of 5 races here in Pittsburgh, which will be really great for us.
All right, yeah, and also you've gotten some experience with some of these drivers here at the championship race around I say June. So you only Kansas. You got some experience with some drivers here. So do you have anyone that you're gonna help try to work with here tonight?
Luckily, I could say, for example, Cole Wilson, Payson, Miles, um, more people, McGrath also. I've got really a lot of people, so yeah, I'm really lucky about that.
All right. Well, that was Richard Cherry driving the number 29 here for his first ever 500 here.
Thank-
All right, so coming up next, we're going to be doing Seven Hathorn. He's going to be making his first ever 500 start. He's actually going to be filling in for one of the ETR drivers who, unfortunately, is not going to be racing tonight.
He is his first one, right?
Yeah, I'll just do him.
All right.
More info that I can't really explain. So, Seven Hathorn, we saw you in the Xfinity Series race here in Daytona last night. You guys ran pretty well. Looked like you had a fast car until guys got caught up, I think, in a couple of accidents last night. So, then you found out today that you're going to be making your first ever 500 star here for the Cup Series. So, what do you guys think you can do in the 500 tonight?
Well, last night we had really every emotion happen. We drove to the front, went to the back, drove to the front, went to the back, got caught up in almost every crash, and still had enough speed to drive up to the front. So we eventually got taken out. So tonight we're not going to go for stage points. We're not full time. We're just going for broke. So we're going to try to stay at the front all night, and hopefully we can, I don't know, squeak out a 500.
All right, so how do you guys think you're going to work together with some of your teammates in this race? As there are a lot of them with the 3 ETR alliances with ETR, Johnson Motorsports, and Paintbrush Junior Racing.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank ETR for giving me the opportunity to come to the Cup Series. I hope it's not the last time I'm here, but yeah, just looking at the lineup of drivers that we have on our team and seeing who do I help, who do I push, and try to build those relationships. I'm a rookie or whatever you want to call it here, so obviously they probably won't trust me to push the best. So tonight we're gonna go out there and try to show that we belong in a Cup Series, and if it comes to the last lap and we're pushing a teammate to the win, so be it. But if it comes to the last lap and I can pass a teammate for a win, and I'll definitely take it. But the main goal is to try to get as many ETR cars to finish in the top 5 as possible, and then we'll sell it amongst ourselves.
All right, well, good luck in tonight in your first ever Daytona 500 start.
Thank you.
Okay, so coming up next, Ashton, if you want to get, what do you want to do? You want to do Wilson or McKinney?
Wilson did say he wanted to come into the interview room to probably do some interviews too. He doesn't want one though.
Oh well.
We could do
Well,
he's the only one left.
McKinney's the only one left for now, so he can just do him, I guess.
All right, I'll get him in here. Oh, Wilson, do you want to do Jamie?
Sure.
All right, Trendler will give you some information about him.
Well, McKinney's gonna be making his second Daytona 500 start. He won last season at Martinsville here in the Cup Series, so coming off some momentum there after technically winning 2 races ago in the Cup Series. So here he is making his second 500 start.
All right, Jamie McKinney, making your second Daytona 500 start tonight. After a strong end to the season last year at Martinsville, how do you feel your chances are tonight?
I don't really know how to describe it, but like since it's a super speedway, anything can happen. I'm just hoping that this time I don't end up in the fence like I did last season. But I'm looking forward to this with Highline Motorsports, and let's just see what happens.
Yeah, so good luck to you tonight, and we'll hope to see you run up front.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so now I think it's time for us to choose some drivers to watch for tonight. So I'll go first. I'm going to be watching Gio Turpin in tonight's race, one of my drivers to watch. He won the Daytona race for the regular season finale last season in the Cup Series. He's also been very fast in Speed Weeks after leading the most laps in Xfinity and ARCA, so he's one of my drivers to watch tonight. If anybody else has one, they can go.
I kind of have my eyes on Connor Butler. He was pretty fast.
John Butler, I'm assuming?
John Butler. My God, there's 2 Butlers.
Sorry, there's 2 Butlers.
Yeah. But I'm looking at John Butler. He looked somewhat fast in practice when we were doing all that shenanigans. So I kind of have my eyes on him. Hopefully he can run some good laps.
Somebody I have my eye on this for tonight is Matthew White. He's been strong all week, been consistently top 5 and running up front yesterday. So I think he'll be fast tonight and have a shot at it.
So this is also a breaking story. It was breaking a couple days ago. Your defending Cup Series champion Cole Clausen unfortunately can not be racing in this race tonight here for the Daytona 500. So he will miss this Daytona 500. Very unfortunate, but his 2 teammates for MNF Racing, Landon Fish and Ethan McMillan, would probably be working together all night long as they usually do. It's kind of back to a 2-car organization there for tonight for MNF Racing, but unfortunately Cole Clausen will not be at the racing. So we are about 10 minutes away from the session opening for the third Daytona 500 in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. So yeah, any predictions here, guys, before we head out onto the racetrack pretty soon?
I say we beat the record we did last night with cautions.
You think we're gonna get more?
Yes. Like
I don't know about that one. We got how many did we get last night, Ethan?
9.
10? 9.
34. No, cautions? Oh, I thought you meant drivers. We had like 34
Oh.
drivers last night.
Oh, I thought you were talking about cautions.
I mean, right now on the entry list, we have about 35, I think. 40 will make it. There's the 35 chartered cars are locked in. Then you got the open cars. All the charter drivers are on the Cup Series roster. If you're in the server here watching, that you can take a look at that. And it doesn't matter. We don't have really reserve drivers anymore, so nobody can like be a reserve driver and then jump into a chartered car. Then they just immediately have to be a open car and race their way in. So there are more than 40 cars. We will have DNQs tonight for the Daytona 500. So coming up is the Daytona 500. So this format tonight is the half-hour warm-up session once again. You got a 2-lap qualifying session, so that first lap to get up to speed, that second lap to go for it all. And yeah, it's going to be exciting race in the Daytona 500. Last season's 500 did not disappoint. What a race that was. Daniel Mastella ended up with the victory. And like I said before, Levi Life, your Season 1 winner, who retired, and then Daniel Mastella, your Season 2 winner, who is part-time, not going to be racing in this race, are not going to be in this Daytona 500. And we will have a new winner for the third NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona 500, which is pretty exciting to hear, and hopefully looking forward to a good one. This is actually the 5th points-paying race at Daytona for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Because of the summer race, the only racetrack on the schedule that runs twice. And yeah, we'll be at the racetrack in just a few moments for the Daytona 500. Trying to think of anything else we can talk about here. No more interviews are going to be done, I don't think. We're running kind of low on time here. We have about 7 minutes to go. We talked about drivers to watch out for. We can do maybe a few more of those as we look through. I'm not sure. So there are a lot of good super speedway racers in this race. So I'm actually going to pick a Mac Raffer, one of my other drivers, to watch tonight. So he did win the truck race in thrilling fashion last night. So he's coming off that momentum from last night's truck win. He's always been very good at these super speedways. Remember in the Xfinity Series a season ago at Daytona, he was leading with 1 to go and unfortunately got passed, though I think actually taken out. But yeah, I'm going to choose Mac Raffer, one of my drivers to watch tonight. A very good super speedway racer, and I think he can maybe get a good finish and possibly even get the job done tonight in Daytona.
I kind of have my eyes on the rookie of Christian driving the I think the 81 it is.
That was Xfinity.
Or is he not racing tonight? Oh, well. Maybe I kind of have my eyes maybe on another driver of Stephen Hoffman. He's also a rookie. He's filling in for a driver tonight. He was pretty fast last night until he unfortunately got wrecked in that big wreck in turn 3 and 4. I think that was the one that set into overtime, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm kind of watching him tonight, and hopefully he can work with those ETR cars and get to the front.
Somebody I'm definitely going to watch for tonight is Aiden Donahue. Last season in Xfinity, he was crazy fast and won most of the races, including a few super speedways. So I think his Cup debut here could start a great season for him.
Yeah, so there's some more drivers to watch. So we're getting, once again, very close to the Daytona 500. About 5 minutes to go until we get this thing underway. And yeah, it's the season number 3 Daytona 500. So again, the halfway break is going to be at the end of lap number 50. So that's how it's going to go tonight. All right, so any final thoughts for some segments we can do here for the final 5 minutes? I'm kind of out of ideas. I guess not. Yeah, we're all out of ideas, I guess. So I'm gonna give actually one more driver to watch out for tonight. Jacob Malone, who we did an interview with before, gonna be making his Daytona 500 debut tonight, but was extremely fast in the Clash. Yeah, but he almost won the Clash. Unfortunately for him, got beaten out by the 87 of Daniel Mosteller there at the end. But we haven't seen him on a super speedway in a race just yet. He did not do any of the lower series races, and we just I think saw him in preseason thunder and practice, which aren't actually races. So I'm gonna be watching out for him tonight. He could be a decent super speedway racer, I think. Also another driver to watch out for is gonna be Payson Lindsay. He won the ARCA race earlier this week, and we're gonna have one more interview actually here. Jordan Herring, the driver of the number 97. So I'll do this one if you guys don't want to do it.
You can do it.
So Jordan Herring, you're going to be making your second Daytona 500 start tonight for your second full-time season. So what are you guys thinking you do coming up in tonight's Daytona 500 to kick off season number 3 with your team, Redford Motorsports?
Honestly, Redford Motorsports have been doing well at these super speedways now. I don't know if my team owner Brendan's going to be there, but what I think we could do, even if he's not there, and it's just me, usually, I just stick with the front runners. Like, I'm sure Demos might be in this race, so he's probably going to be up front most of the time, and I've raced with Demos enough to know that he's usually the guy you want to follow, so even if I have my teammates, we'll work together like we've been doing last season, or if it's just me, I'll be with Demos.
All right, update here. Mosteller actually won't be in this race, but your teammate Brandon Redford did accept attendance there.
Well, then, if Demos isn't in this race, it's more competition because Demos is a really good driver. But if it's me and Brennan, and we both worked together a long time, even before FedEx, so I have confidence that we're going to be up there up front. It's just a matter of avoiding wrecks and getting through the carnage of the field.
All right, well, good luck in tonight's Season 3 Daytona 500, and we'll see you on track in just a few moments.
Thank you.
All right, so
One more thing we can do, Ethan, is the keys to success.
Yeah, so a couple of those. You gotta try to avoid some of the wrecks tonight. Last season's 500 had 6 caution flags. We had 9 in the Xfinity race last night, so we're probably expecting a bigger field, though, tonight than last season's 500, which had 27 race cars. So you gotta try to get stage points in this race as well, which is the end of lap number 50, but you also gotta be around for the end, as there are no resets in this race, as usual as standard for all Cup Series races, as always. And yeah, we'll have 3 overtime attempts if needed, like usual. Just basic Cup race. Nothing's different at all with the rules or anything like that. Just a basic Cup race tonight. But it's got the Daytona 500 name on it. All right. Well, all the waiting is just about over. The Daytona 500 is just around the corner. Stay tuned live on the channel for the season number 3 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona 500. It's coming up. 100 laps of action on the way from Daytona. Stay tuned for the World Center Racing. We'll be on the racetrack for the warm-up session in just a few moments. All right, here we go from the world center of racing. It is time for the season number 3 Daytona 500. Welcome live to the Daytona International Speedway. And yeah, we are all playing Daytona.
As cars start to get on track here, the world center of racing. This is probably going to be one of the most challenging races of the entire season because just the lengths of it, and also because we have newcomers. We have never raced in the FedEx world, basically, so they have to get used to these drivers here. As we got 2 cars drafting and they head off turn 4 to the front straightaway to get their time set.
Yeah, so that
go ahead.
Landon Johnson and Kendorian Davis. So Johnson, his third Daytona 500 start. He's a part-time Xfinity driver, one of the veterans in the NASCAR, or his full-time Xfinity driver, one of the veterans in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. Then Kendorian Davis, the complete opposite, right behind him. Your rookie in the NASCAR, one of your rookies in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series.
Yes, and also, so all of those drivers who are locked in, or who have already been locked in because they raced season number 2,
chartered cars.
Charter cars, they are already locked in, so they won't have. I don't think they'll have to force be qualified, right?
No, they won't. So the 35 drivers for the charter cars will be locked in. And then that means, originally, if every charter car makes it, that would mean 5 open spots for this great American race. Here's one of the open cars. This is Diego Rodriguez. You saw some of the full-time cars ahead of him. Here is this 90 of Eli Tomlin in his first full-time season in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. He is locked into this race because he's a full-time series driver. You got 21 of Carlos Ortiz in his second Daytona 500 start. Made the playoffs last season in Cup. He's also full-time yet again. And here's Stephen Hathorn, one of his part-time series starts here for ETR in his Cup Series debut in the 18. Got Richard Cherry there as well behind him. So yeah, they're drafting through turns number 1 and 2 here. The 18 all over the back bumper of that 21. 4 cars on the line so far. Matthew White fastest. Here's the 12 of Cole Wilson down the backstretch in his second Daytona 500. 69 of Kendorian Davis pulling down on the inside. Ooh, pushing out outside by Hawthorne. The back bumper of the 21 got him a bit sideways. You got Richard Terry behind him as well. Here's the 77 of Braden Hunsicker. 90 of Tomlin. There's the 01 of Jamie McKinney. He's on track. He got the 80. There's the 17 of Nolan Crane in his second full-time season. Now for his own team, Nolan Crane Racing. He's actually going to have 3 cars in this event tonight. Him, then you got Kendorian Davis and George Kyfries in the number 4 car. He's going to be making a part-time series start. He's a full-time Xfinity driver. But here is Hunsicker, second place in the points last season in the Cup Series in his third full-time year. He has, I believe, 3 career wins in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, or 4 career wins, I should say. Here's Carlos Ortiz. So they're actually going to start the practice pit road here. Ooh, big send for the 18. That's a little deep, I would say. So it is important to practice pit road here in Daytona, because there probably will be green flag pit stops, I'd imagine. Here's Tomlin, the 17 of Crane down the front stretch. All right, we'll be right back in just a moment. All right. So yeah, welcome back to the World Center of Racing here for the warm-up session. Oh, Lord. Having a bit of a mini race, and now we're having a wreck. 90 of Tomlin just slammed in the back bumper of the 09. Here as he was coming up to speed. There's the 80 of Logan Giesbrett in his first full-time year in Cup. More cars heading on the racetrack. Big pack here as they head down the back straightaway. There's Wilson getting a shove in front of Rodriguez. So you got to practice a bit of racing. They had 3 practice sessions that were all an hour long. And then preseason Thunder. They've already had 4 hours of Daytona action here for the Cup Series this year. On track releases. Wilson's going to... Oh, practice pit road as his teammate Cherry tried to do the same, but actually got turned. And the 18 also got some damage. He's going to have to try to stay out of the way, and he will. There's Ashton Miller in the 79. Here's the 81 of Rodriguez getting a shove from Carlos Ortiz. These two Chevrolets working together down the back straightaway. And they head into 3 and 4. There's the 72 of Landon Fish. Going to be on track in just a moment. Landon Fish won the Daytona regular season finale race here 2 seasons ago. Here's Nolan Crane, 13th on the board so far. Richard Terry, so far, is top. As the 17 makes his way down the front straightaway. Got a big pack down here. Contact maybe between the 01 and the 79. As they head up the track. There goes Ashton Miller trying to find a space in line. With the 60 of his teammate, Landon Johnson. And Johnson may be practicing pit road back there. So I see a lot of drivers here early practicing pit road, which I think is a very good idea and very smart thing to do here. Oh, the 81. No, they actually all saved it.
Almost.
Somehow. That was a good save by the 81 of Rodriguez. They head side by side down the backstretch. But Rodriguez made a handful of Cup and Xfinity starts towards the end of last season. As there's Carlos Ortiz, who is outside. Kind of now a veteran, sorry about that voice crack, but kind of now a veteran Carlos Ortiz is here in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. There's Hunsicker. There is Pace and Lindsay heading out onto the racetrack. Here's the 17 of Crane and the 72 of Landon Fish on behind him. The 90 of Tomlin there. Nope, 81 on the wall. Now Rodriguez slams the fence as Lindsay goes on by. As there's Tomlin out of line just for a second. He's on the bottom, nearly 3 wide. As 21 of Ortiz gets a shove. So 18 minutes to go here in the warm-up session. Next up is one of the most important qualifying sessions of the season. This is the Daytona 500 pole qualifying. Here from the World Center of Racing. McKinney in the wall a bit there. Coming off pit road, there's John Butler and his Alliance teammate, Seven Hathorn. There's Ortiz. So I'm going to take a commentating break just for about a minute and a half, but you're going to have to see the on-track action here. He's got a car slowing. I'm not really sure what the 81's doing here. There he goes. We'll reset now. You watch these drivers down the backstretch. I'll be right back in just a minute and a half. Back live here at Daytona. 17 minutes to go in the warm-up session. Oh, turns! Tomlin just got dumped by his teammate Giesbrecht, actually his team owner. And Kandorian Davis to the grass a bit, so Carlos Ortiz also has some damage, so wreck here in practice. There is the 76 of Connor Asbell, Xfinity winner in Talladega last season. Oh, Owen McKinney crashes hard. Here is Landon Fish and Richard Cherry drafting their way through 3 and 4. Oh, there's a big... And Lindsay in the wall a bit. All right. So here are the 3 Highline Motorsports cars. Aiden Donahue, Braden Hunsinger, and Matthew White with Cole Wilson tagging on behind him. Oh, got another group pulling off the racetrack here. Pulling on the racetrack, I should say. We got a big group of cars here. Trying to set a bit of...
Yeah, about like 7 or 8.
Yeah, trying to set maybe a run here.
Ooh, someone is on the track.
Oh, that's the 81 got in the wall a bit. It's actually just going to reset. And here's Landon Fish and Richard Cherry through turns 3 and 4. We got these 4 working their way down the front stretch. Hunsicker all over the back bumper of Donahue. Still Richard Cherry top of the board. Oh, big pump there with the 80 and the 81 teammates. Rodriguez and Giesbrecht on the back straightaway. And Payson Lindsay tagging on behind them. As Matthew White moves out of the line down the backstretch here in front of Cole Wilson. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we get in this Daytona 500. It's been an absolute thrilling speed week so far. With photo finishes in absolutely every single race. SRX had one, ARCA had one, Trucks had one, and of course Xfinity had one. Can we get 5 in a row to make not a single finish here in speed weeks? Not be a fun finish, of course not including the Clash. I mean at Daytona as Miller goes 3 wide bottom on Davis.
Pretty sure we have like about 20 minutes left in
That's about
practice.
15.
Well, warm up.
Yeah, so after this is qualifying from Daytona.
Oh, into the wall.
Oh, the 18 and the 17 crash. And there's a lot of debris on the racetrack now.
Debris actually caused damage. Everyone we did.
Alright, we'll be right back in just a moment. Here is Davis and Johnson down the front stretch. Oh, and McKinney, oh, the 99 as well. Oh, there's a wreck down the back straightaway. Oh, hard on the wall. Oh, gosh, what a hit. The 77. That was a big crash in the 80. Giesbrecht slamming the fence as well. That was a big crash as well. Okay. So, looking at it right now, and 18 cars over the line so far. Okay, so here we go. More cars pulling off of pit road here in Daytona. Somebody doing a burnout. Landon Johnson may be practicing pit road stuff. Other drivers over here. 7 of Matthew White. 90 and the 80. Comes Wilson and Hunter. 13 minutes remain in the warm-up for the Daytona 500. Alright, got a couple of cars working together here. It's 3 ETR affiliated cars, and then the 01 of McKinney. Oh, in the wall. Oh, one. Now Matt Miller gets spun down to the inside. Oh, the 18 gets also torn up. They're crashing up there. Oh, this might be a hard hit. He's actually going to be able to avoid the wall there. Oh, Highline cars are trying to come down pit road, practicing pit road speeds. Seen a lot of drivers been doing. Oh, Lindsay. Okay, that was one way to enter pit road, and they're all wrecking down here as well. All right. There's the 3 of Jacob Malone on the racetrack. Or coming onto the racetrack, I should say. 12 of Wilson, some other cars over here. Everyone just trying to get loaded in here. The 66 of Austin Barnett, I guess doesn't have a sponsor tonight on that race car. All right, here we go. Malone waiting, everybody else waiting. Oh, somebody just blew up back there waiting, I think. And here they come off pit road. Very slowly, though. Riding along with the L1. It's the 66 around the outside now. That was a pretty pretty slow, I should say, roll off pit road. As they head down the backstretch here. Led by the 18 of Hawthorne. Oh, they're all over the back bar with that 18 car. Really shoving them hard.
Going about almost 200.
Yeah. Now, they look like they were going that fast. They rocket their way down the front stretch. Oh, Miller. Very loose from the push from Malone as they head down the backstretch here. The 18 in front. About 10 minutes remain in the warm-up session for the Season 3 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona 500. And they head down the front stretch yet again.
I'm about to blow up, but I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Hawthorne to P5 here. Got some smoke ahead of them. The 72 will land and fish through the grass a bit. There they go to get around him. You got teammates here, Davis and Crane working together. Got the other G-Force cars maybe practicing more pit road stuff here. So, oh, Ace and Lindsay locking it up a bit as they come down pit road. '81 of Rodriguez. Whoa, working his tires a little bit too hard.
18 almost gets turned down the back, down to turn 2 as we got a spinner.
The 81 goes around. So, yeah, the 18, these guys are working together pretty nicely. 2 ETR Toyotas, and then the Johnson Motorsports Chevrolet, who's in an alliance with ETR. Jacob Malone behind them, and then you got Austin Barnett. Matt Ford. Big shove down this front straightaway. Car going in the wall. Oh, Crane slams the fence. And backs this car down. There is Daniel Silla down front straightaway here. Three wide middle. Austin Barnett is, I think, 18. Might have blown up or something. Probably overheating. I gotta kind of switch lines. Yes, you're gonna have to be careful with the pushes tonight. You also don't want to overheat. You saw a car blow up in the middle of the pack last night in Xfinity as they're practicing pit road down here. I guess the 66 isn't, but the Ashton Miller definitely is. So it's Matthew
while I'm
White.
here, I might as well go ahead and set up my vein real quick.
Yeah. A little bit of a wreck down there. All right, 7 minutes to go. Here in the warm-up session. As there is Brandon Redford on the racetrack now. He's almost in the wall a bit. All right. Oh! Teammates all crashed down here as the 80 and the 81 split the middle, but now the 80 just turned his teammate. And the 81 Rodriguez goes around. So yeah, it's White, Wilson, Hunsicker, Donahue, and Hawthorne. So far, your top 5 here in practice. They head side by side through here. And now they're going to come down pit road. Oh, Redford. That was definitely interesting. So here they come off pit road. Just a moment. And here they go. Tomlin's got a big lead here. There's the 24 vid and Donahue. As we got a big pack forming up back here as well. Kind of more like what you're going to see in tonight's race. Well, Hunsicker on the outside, Barnett on the inside. That's 2 cars there, the 21 Ortiz. Oh, Spinner, Ashton Miller goes around. Oh, they're getting really dicey catching these slower cars. Oh, Matthew White in the wall. And he collects Matt Grab, who's going to collect Logan Giesbrecht, and Ken Dorian Davis spins. 77 Hunsicker around as well. And the 81 Rodriguez in the wall. Matthew White now backwards. And he's going to have to try to hold it up there. Oh, hard on the wall. Landed Fish. Oh, that was a big hit. You got more cars coming off pit road in just a moment. There's Donahue on the outside. Big block in front of Carlos Ortiz. 3 wide middle for the 99 of Lindsay. It's very dicey there. 3 minutes to go in Daytona 500 warm-up session. Qualifying coming up next. For the Great American Races, there's Donahue. Gonna probably pull it just down and... Oh, we got caught. Oh, my goodness. And they're just going to take each other out there to probably reset for one more run. There's Cole Wilson. Cole Wilson's been rolling a couple of times, and now he does it one more time here in practice. He's already rolled a couple times here in Speed Weeks. Most notably the Truck Series race, where he went upside down that first time and then flipped another time. And still came home to finish third because apparently somehow his truck wasn't damaged whatsoever with all of that, as they had nearly 4 wide. This might not head well. Donahue on the bottom. You got Herring on there as well. They're still 4 wide. Oh, trying to blend as Donahue. They're 4x4. Look at this. They ain't off pit road. Oh my, Ashton, what?
Oh
my, Ashton, what the hell? Oh my god.
Dang, bro. I didn't know it was gonna be that bad.
Oh
I didn't
my
know there were
god.
4 wide.
Comes guy leads off pit road. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. The 3 got absolutely slammed. They continue to crash down here. Ethan McMillan down the front stretch here in the warm-up session. We got more cars rafting down here. Would have been more, but Ashton Alright, so here they come down the back stretch. Oh, got a crash down here. It's the 4 around. Oh, Redford got a. Oh my god. Redford did not reset in time there. And they're really wrecking now. My goodness. Oh, Hunsicker on the wall. They're just piling it up here to end off the warm-up. All right, minute to go here tonight. Oh! Oh, there they go. They're trying to go like 5 wide again, and not working this time. Oh. Got a massive pack over here. Oh, that's a bad place to push with. Oh, Ashton just turned to call Wilson. Yeah, oh, they're gonna both save it. Are they gonna save it? Miller saves it. Oh, they're crashing. Up there, McKinney in the wall. Now he's gonna have to try to pull out of the way. Oh, yeah, this is gonna do it in practice, of course, and the warm-up, I should say, actually. It's time for qualifying at the Daytona 500. As they got their fun out of the way here in practice, and now it's time to go serious. Qualifying for the Great American Race coming up. All right. So it looks like about 29 drivers, I would say, trying to attempt to qualify. There still could be more joining.
Let me check. How many people you say? Like 25?
29. All right, here they come off pit road. Will be the most runners in a FedEx Cup Series race ever. Jordan Herring off pit road. There's the 3 of Jacob Malone, the 4. There's the 48 Nicholas Martinez. Oh, everyone getting up to speed here in qualifying. So there are locked-in cars. Those are the charter drivers. And there are some open cars. And so everyone kind of not getting up to speed back here. They do that here in Daytona. Here's Brandon Redford around the outside. All right, here we go. It's qualifying for the Daytona 500. It is about to be underway. These cars are going to come to their first laps of the day. See, it's 2 laps of qualifying. You're going to most likely see drivers try to keep it low for that first lap. And then go to the outside for that lap number 2. There's Nolan Crane, who works his way down the backstretch. There's the 81 of Rodriguez coming to the line, the 66 of Barnett. 24 of Aiden Donahue, 47 of Brandon Redford as well. Here comes Nicholas Martinez down the front stretch. I think on his first lap it should be. And he's actually going to back down. We go top of the board, though. So good first lap there. Electing not to take a second one. There comes Butler, Wilson off pit road. So it's Martinez, Crane, Lindsay second now. Here's Keith Brett in the 80. There's Jordan Herring. McKinney goes second. Tomlin now 5th. Carlos Ortiz across the line to start his final lap. Malone goes P6. Ortiz slots in P4. Herring P7. Barnett 7th now. He's Brett in P10. So who's going to win the pole for the Daytona 500? Here's Braden Hunsicker on the backstretch. So on provisional pole right now is Nicholas Martinez. As Hunsicker makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Crane to 3rd. On his final lap, here's Ken Dory and Davis. Getting up to speed down the front stretch. Redford to P3 now. Cherry to P2. Donahue in 8th. 16 drivers over the line so far. Hunsicker goes 8th now. Tomlin to P5. So far, nobody beating Nicholas Martinez, though. Here's Wyatt Youngblood. Hawthorne's 12th. Up to 2nd, Jacob Malone. Nearly beating Martinez, but not going to do it just yet. Now, top of the board, Jordan Herring. Goes fastest in qualifying. There he is. Giesbrett is 5th, and now Rodriguez top of the board. Here's Hawthorne. Cole Wilson as well. Some drivers not electing to qualify. Here's Braden Hunsicker. Butler goes 19th. Braden Hunsicker across the line. Donahue is P13 on his final lap. Hunsicker goes 10th. Davis slots in 14th. There's John Butler, the 4 down the back stretch as well. Here's the 45 White Youngblood. Hawthorne up to P6 in that good lap there on his final lap. So here comes the 45 of Youngblood down the front stretch for his first lap. Where is it going to go? All the way down to the apron. Probably only going to be doing 1 lap here. Youngblood is 16th, and he keeps the gas in it. Here's Cole Wilson down the backstretch. Cole Wilson does not have a time on the board just yet. Butler to 4th in that final lap, but so far on provisional pole, it's Diego Rodriguez. Cole Wilson down the front stretch he goes. And across the line for the 12. Cole Wilson backs it down, and he is out, I think, of the top 20, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. All right, well, that'll do it in Daytona 500 qualifying. Diego Rodriguez, in his first ever Daytona 500, starts from the pole. As we welcome you live for the Daytona 500 in season number 3. All right. Just a quick moment. Getting everything all situated. And here we go. This is it. This is the moment we have all been waiting for. The season number 3 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona 500. It is here. And here we go from Daytona. About 30 cars going to line up for the green flag tonight, the most of all time in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Here we go, looking through the field. So, once again, Diego Rodriguez starts from the pole. With him on his outside is Jordan Herring. Row number 2 consists of Nicholas Martinez in his second NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series season. Then he got John Butler to his outside. Row 3, Jacob Malone in the 3 car, and then the 80 of Logan Giesbrett. Row number 4 is Seven Hathorn, and then you got the 99 Lindsay to his outside. Final cars in the top 10, Richard Cherry and Jamie McKinney. You got the rest of the grid rolling across the left side of your screen. As the cars roll off for the Great American Race. Here we go from Daytona. It's race 1 of season 3 for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. And of course, it's the Daytona 500. As everybody rolls off pit road here. Drivers actually might be going to the back. See the Owen McKinney maybe dropping down to the back. Same with Richard Cherry. These other drivers getting the speed back here. Maybe electing to go to the back. There's Connor Asbell, George Kiefrieds, and some other ones. All right. Here we go from the World Center Racing. Diego Rodriguez on pole for the first time in his career. He's actually a full-time Xfinity driver, so getting some good experience tonight. Being on pole and leading the field to the green in the Daytona 500. Everybody finally pulls off pit road. Gonna catch the back of the field here. Everybody's gonna line up. Maybe some drivers going to the rear. See the Owen McKinney doing that. As we get ready for the green flag. Throughout Speed Weeks, we have done about 4.5 hours of testing, practice, and all that for this great American race. So many lower series races, they have been absolute thrillers. All have ended in photo finishes. And now as they head through turns number 3 and 4, it was all leading up to this race. The biggest race of the season, and it will kickstart season number 3 of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Rodriguez herring on the front row. The pace car comes down pit road. The Season 3 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona 500 is underway. Rodriguez leading through turns 3 and 4. Herring on the outside. Maybe starting to fall back as Martinez all over the back bumper of the 81 as they head down the front stretch for the first time. Diego Rodriguez is going to lead the first lap of Season 3. Martinez all over his rear bumper. Lap 1 complete in the Daytona 500. There's the 3 Malone to the outside. Coming is 7 Hathorn. Hathorn all over his back bumper. As now the inside lane's starting to not get formed up here. Lots of cars also dropping to the rear here early. Malone, a big shove from Hathorn to the outside. Got 3 ETR affiliated drivers lined up on the top, and Jacob Malone leads the Daytona 500.
Yeah, we got 2 separate packs. The back pack is trying to hang back just in case that big one does happen early.
Yeah, you don't want to be involved in an early crash. As Jacob Malone leads his first official lap in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. You got John Butler, 3rd place behind him. Martinez trying to find his place in line in front of his affiliated teammate, Wyatt Youngblood. Got Giesbrett on the bottom working with his teammate, Diego Rodriguez. There goes Eli Tomlin down low in front of there, and Payson Lindsay. So some of these drivers already wanting to go. So the top 3 are on the outside here. Redford now going top. But Malone leading the Great American Race. Out of turn number 4. Coming to lap number 4.
He was one of those drivers that almost won in the clash. I think he got wrecked before.
No, he finished second. He finished P2.
That was that was close. All right, never mind. Yeah, he as a rookie, he was showing incredible pace. As I'm pretty sure he's leading up there. It was the 500.
Yeah, he is. Seven Hathorn all over his rear bumper. You got Eli Tomlin, Payson Lindsay, Logan Giesbrett, and the 81 Rodriguez, all drivers that are in the same organization. I would say technically, even though Lindsay drives for Team Chevy Motor Club, he does have a stake in the team that the 90, 81, and 80 are driving for. Oh, 3 wide middle. Jordan Herring gets shuffled out of line maybe as he goes through the middle already. So that's an interesting start to the Daytona 500. 2 separate packs forming up already. Drivers that want to go already in this Great American Race, and then the drivers kind of lagging back. Top 15, 16 drivers are in this main pack, and there goes Eli Tomlin to the bottom looking for the lead. You can see that second pack led by Braden Hunter. Actually got 3rd pack back there, single file. Got a car dropping out of line, the 4 or the 66, I'm sorry. But Jacob Malone continues to lead the Daytona 500. Got now 5 ETR affiliated cars on the outside. We're together well nicely. Tomlin, and you got a bunch of teammates up here on those first 2 rows. Alpina's there as well on that outside. 45 is Wyatt Youngblood. And there's Eli Tomlin to the bottom for the lead in Daytona. Side by side with Malone. Tom, a bit loose moment. Trying to push with his teammates. Also got more teammates. Everybody in this, there's only about 3 or 4 teams in this main draft. You got ETR, 5 of their cars lined up on the high line. You got Giesbrecht Racing Management, 3 of the cars, and then 1 of their owners. Then you got Redford Motorsports on the bottom. And then, of course, Nolan Crane Racing, all 3 of their cars on the outside. So these 3 teams want to go here early. And the other ones are all just lagging back. Interesting race how it's going so far as Eli Tomlin will lead that lap. He gets pushed to the lead. Bree Malone starting to fall back on the outside with Halfthorne on his bumper. Are we looking up here? Or not? Nobody up there. I thought I heard somebody. But Malone gets pushed back out front. Hathorn still all over his rear bumper. Early stages in the Great American Race. 7 laps into the Daytona 500. Side by side for the lead. Jacob Malone and Eli Tomlin. As they head down the front straightaway. Teammates just sticking together for now. All of them at the front. And then you got the Team Chevy Motor Club and Highline guys towards the back. But everybody up here is working with a teammate. Or multiple, I should say. Tomlin gains a lot through the corners. He's going to get down to the inside. I'm expecting him not to clear as they're just kind of trying to stay with each other here early in the race. Maybe they can get pushed out. He's going to get clear with a couple of his teammates, Lindsay and Giesbrecht. Hathorne all over the back bumper. Jacob Malone got him a bit sideways. Tomlin back to the inside. Chevrolet's up front battling for the lead. Got John Butler here as well. Martinez dropping back. Wyatt Youngblood, that Toyota on the outside. Trying to maybe losing the draft as Tomlin got very loose there. Kind of looks like all by himself on the bottom. Oh, thank you, iRacing. There we go. Sorry about that. Back live. One more. I'll give you an update here. Whenever one of those cars blinks for a second, iRacing, the camera kind of just stops moving, so which is kind of unfortunate. That's why we sometimes get that look there. As the outside is starting to go away here, lots of cars starting to drop back. The inside has a strong amount of cars, but not able to really catch up here.
So, quick fuel update, real quick. Not able to make it to the stage break, so we're gonna have to have pit stop before the stage break.
Yeah, stage is at the end of lap number 50, so the pit road does close 2 laps before that, like any other stage would, even though it's just a halfway break. He's got momentum coming on the inside lane, and outside also starting to get formed back up with the 4, the 17 starting to come, teammates. And here comes Eli Tomlin back down to the inside of Jacob Malone. So we got 3 separate packs formed up right now. This is the main battle that we're watching. It's battle for the lead, and it's the only one that's not single file. And it's intense here in Daytona. 11 laps in. Tomlin, a nice shot from Lindsay. He gets clear. I would expect him not to clear up. It's still very early in the race, and he's got 3 drivers willing to work with him on the bottom, and he will not. Malone now back on that outside with help from the 18 of Hathorne. Oh, that's a big shove from the 18 to the back number of the 3 of Malone. Malone was able to hang on to it, but got very loose. And now he's got a bit of a space there from the 18. 18's going to have to try to get to his back bumper. Hawthorne maybe give him a bit of a shove. Got to be careful with the pushes here early in the race. You don't want to get yourself caught up in an accident. Only 12 laps into the Daytona 500. John Butler there on the outside as well. They get a bit dicey down the back straightaway now. Here goes Malone, back to the lead with Hathorn on his bumper. That outside lane really isn't formed up at all. The inside isn't too great either. There's a lot of drivers McMillan on down, wanting to just save their race cars, run single file back there, but we're treated for some amazing side-by-side action for the lead here up front. And Lindsay giving Eli Tomlin a nice shove on the bottom, so we're still a long ways to go to the halfway break, where stage points are awarded. We're also coming up to the dreaded lap 14 of the Daytona 500, if you remember, from the real race in 2021. That'll be next lap.
Wait, what happened last 13?
Half the field piled up in 2021 at lap 14 of the 500.
Ah.
We'll see if we can make it through cleanly now. As they head down the front stretch yet again. Malone a bit tight on the outside. Hathorn back to his bumper. Tomlin down to the inside. They're side by side. Tomlin's going to lead that lap. On lap number 14 of the Great American Race. Side by side for the lead still. It's been mostly Eli Tomlin and Jacob Malone up front. They get tight together with teammates once again down the backstretch. Ooh. Tomlin a bit loose. That bottom line seems to get very loose in the straightaways. They kind of all bottle up. There is Hawthorne to the back bumper of Malone. Gives him a nice shove back out front. Ooh, Hawthorne trying to get all over his bumper. Hawthorne is getting the three a bit loose. There we go. They're kind of stacking up on the outside again. Nice shove through the trial, though. And we are past lap 14. Tomlin back to the inside. They're just kind of trading the lead through the corners and off the straightaways as Lindsay gets a bit loose there. Oh, he's right to his bumper. They got to really check up down there if they don't want to wreck. They will, for the most part. Oh, Redford in the line. Herring tries to go with him, and he will go with his teammate on the outside. Malone, though, still leading the Great American Race. He has so far led the most laps tonight. You're early in this one, so if it runs green to the end of the stage, we will see green flag pit stops here. Not sure if it will or not, but that's just the thing to watch out for. There's a nice shove to the outside with the 3 in the 18, and the 09 of Butler there as well. Oh, Butler! Or, I'm sorry, Malone, very loose from a big shove from the 18 and on the outside lane. Just like we expected, the outside lane has been the preferred one. The inside can make up a ton of speed through the corners. As Hathorn nearly went bottom there. I would say Hathorn might need to lay off on those pushes a bit because it seems like he's getting the 3 very loose through the corners. I'm not really sure. As they head once again through turns number 1 and 2. Big shot from Lindsay, the back bumper of Tomlin. You can't tandem draft here for too long. Your engine will start to overheat. That's a good shove. Now Tomlin down to the inside of Malone as they head down the backstretch yet again. See Redford Motorsports teammates, Jordan Herring and Brandon Redford. Oh! Martinez off the track nearly. Got squeezed by Redford. Hathorn still on the back bumper of Jacob Malone as they head out of turn number 4 yet again. So you can see this 15-car pack up front. The rest of the drivers running single file behind him. And there's your leader, Jacob Malone, in the Great American Race. Now Eli Tomlin back down to the inside. He was very quick in practice. Remember, was fastest in, I think, second practice. Or that was actually Xfinity, I'm sorry. Ooh, side drafting down the backstretch to go once again. So that was Xfinity. I kind of got that one wrong, but he's been very fast throughout speed weeks. And now battling for the lead in the Daytona 500. Big push now down to the inside. Once again, the top's starting to check up again. 18 still trying to shove the 3. through the tri-oval, Jacob Malone will lead yet another lap. So looking back through the rest of the field, you got McMillan Fish in front of the rest of the drivers running single file. So that is just, I think, Ashton, if you can give us an update, just I'm assuming a single file draft.
I would update you, but I've lost the draft
Oh.
now.
As we see, drivers back here starting to work stuff out. Martinez a little bit further back. He falls to 13th. Really what we see in the Daytona 500, this car's not really trying to pass each other early, but they're just running side by side. Especially with the next gen. What we've always seen in real life and what we're seeing now. At least up front, kind of getting dicey back on 10th. Oh, Malone. Up the race, down the racetrack a bit. Trying to side draft pace. No! What a save for Eli Tomlin. My goodness, they're 3 and 4 wide down here. Man, what a save for the 90 of Tomlin. That was impressive. He hangs on to his race car. Now that allows Redford and Herring to draft on by. Everybody trying to get back up to speed here. Trying to find his space in line. And there is teammates Redford and Herring. And those two Redford Motorsports Fords. As, getting very dicey here. Everybody trying to just find his face in line here after that very loose moment for Eli Tomlin. Somehow was able to hang on to it. Martinez there stuck on the outside now. Maybe going to get in front of Giesbrecht if he can. Side drafting the 47. Now these top four actually maybe pulling away a bit. What a save for Eli Tomlin. So after all of that, they were side by side. Then Tomlin got loose. Now they're going to go single file for the first time tonight. Most of everyone in this lead group is single file. That allows us to give an update. Here's Miller who lost this. Here's the little bit of a side by side draft back here. This is the second big pack. Here they go back up front. As now they're racing side by side. There's Redford on the inside of Jordan Herring. Also got the 09 of Butler. 7 Hathorne and Malone leading as they kind of check up back there. Ooh. Oh, Giesbrecht. Oh, that was close. They're really slicing and dicing back here. Actually allowing the top three to pull away. Oh, contact through the middle. Giesbrecht and the 4 make contact. You got the 69 of Kendori and Davis in there as well. Side-by-side battle. Now they're going to have to try to catch these top three who've pulled away with that mess going on behind them. Number 23 of the Daytona 500. Been a crazy one so far. We've still been caution-free, though. But early on in this race, it is a long one. Drivers are just going to try to keep it clean. As you see the 17 of 47, of Redford trying to get a shove from the 17 of Nolan Crane. Two Fords working together. They are not on the same team, but trying to catch up. But they're going to kind of stay single file for now. But there goes Jordan Herring around the outside of Pace and Lindsay. Doesn't want to stay single file just yet. It's now actually allowing a 4th pack to form up behind him. So, weird start to the Daytona 500 here. As there's Herring. Oh! Redford trying to block in front of Martinez. That nearly ended in a disaster. And there's Martinez falling further back. With Malone still leading. They're getting really aggressive here. So, about a 26, 27 laps to go. Still a halfway break. There's Lindsay working outside here. So drivers in the back are going to need a yellow here before the halfway break to get back up there, as that's about 14th on back. Oh, that's a big shove. We might get a yellow just from this action up front.
Yeah, I don't know where to go, honestly, now.
Yeah, there is, fortunately, after lost the draft and now going to be put a lap down, but there's a caution flag soon. He would get that lap back. So hopefully they catch Miller in the right spot. There's Hathorne on the bottom. There's Ashton Miller there in the 79 car. 25 laps into the Great American Race. Here comes Payson Lindsay to the outside. Big shove from Jordan Herring. They got to stay a little bit low here, and it looks like Miller going to stay all the way on the outside, and most of the cars will clear. I mean, you actually got in the wall a bit. And they're coming to pit. Malone, Hathorne, Butler, affiliated teammates down pit road for the first time tonight, 26 laps in. Early pit stops for the Daytona 500. These are your first pitters, under green. And here are your leaders still. Yet to pit. Probably would see the 99 maybe down pit road. Here's the rest of the cars. Another pack. This is the bigger pack. And here they are pitting. Maybe going to be fuel only for some of these cars. Probably taking tires, at least for some of them. Looking like fuel only. Yes, it will, as Hathorne trying to roll off. They're going to try to stay with each other. There they go. Fuel only for these 3 drivers. Affiliated teammates. Lindsay now leading. We're going to see who comes this time. There we go. They're all going to come, I believe, except the 17 of Nolan Crane. Oh, contact.
Oh.
Locking up the tires. Oh, Payson Lindsay. Really dicey down pit road. There they come. Leaders, I believe, now. And they're pitting. Some more of the Chevrolets. And the Redford Motorsports Fords. Another Toyota of Youngblood. Here's the big pack, led by Mac Rabb. And a lot of cars now involved in this one. There they go. Probably fuel only for most of these drivers. Strategy calls here as Payson Lindsay rolls off pit road. There's the 97 of Jordan Herring and Ashton Miller, who is right now being scored 1 or 2 laps down. So this is the big pack down the back straightaway. All single file here. We'll see when these drivers select the pit. So green flag pit stops underway for the first time tonight in the Daytona 500. See when these drivers, they got all single file, which is good. And they're not going to pit yet, going to stay out this time by. So probably, as they're now single file, probably going to be electing the pit pretty soon. As the Redford now, kind of an extended pit stop. Right now, I'm not really sure what's going on with the 47. Here they come off pit road, though. Led by Nicholas Martinez, as there comes Brandon Redford. But that was a very slow stop for the 47. And not going to be what he needs. So this is the other big pack over here. Actually, now this could be a change in this race. They're running slower. We got the 3 Nolan Crane racing cars and then 2 cars from G's Brett Racing Management. We're going to see if they're going to pit. They are actually going to stay out yet again. And these drivers are starting to catch them as they have about 15 more, probably even more than that, cars in this group. They were, remember, in the back before. Maybe this is going to be a strategy call to try to run hard when everybody else is split up to maybe try to get back to the front and gain some time for the halfway break. Been all green so far. 29 laps into the Season 3 Daytona 500. And we expect pit stops from these groups of cars shortly. There they are. We're watching the rest of the field on back. There is the group, one of the groups that already pitted, led by Nicholas Martinez, some other cars. There's the other 3 that pitted. Jacob Malone, Steve, 7 Hathorne, and John Butler. Malone and Butler are teammates. Hathorne is an affiliated teammate with them. And there is Miller, who's lost the draft yet again. Not a good race for Ashton Miller so far. He's going to try to get in front of his teammates here down the backstretch. Maybe let them get a bit of a draft also, which could be helpful. So these drivers already pitted. There's Redford, who is now, I think, being scored at least a lap down. And there's this big pack, probably just trying to run single file here to try to catch these guys and some others as well. So it is interesting, the strategy going on here. $21 laps to go till the halfway break. And the leaders are once again staying out. So only about 10 or so cars pitted so far. And what I think they're trying to do right now, because they're single file, they weren't single file all race long until now after they're doing some pit strategy. They're trying to run hard to when everybody groups back up so they're in the front for the end of the stage. And then they're all just going to duel it out for the stage win. So if these drivers all pit at the same time, including the pack ahead of them, it's going to be a very busy pit road. Probably about 20, 25 cars on pit road at the exact same time. They had single file once again down the front straightaway, but pit road is going to be busy pretty soon as they continue to run hard. I'm assuming they're going to try to catch these drivers, and then once they do that, they're going to probably all peel down pit road. Looking at the other pack, this is this pack trying to run single file. It's only got 4 cars at the moment. Then you got Redford, and then these 4 drivers. So these drivers that pitted early may be at a disadvantage. As here we go. Matt Grab leads Cole Wilson and Connor Asbel behind him. So these are actually your leaders right now at the moment. Nolan Crane leads the Daytona 500. We'll see what's going to happen down here. Still not pitting. Might have some cars in the back half of the field coming, but everyone I think actually stays out. Thought I saw some cars peeling off pit road. Alright, they're going to catch this group pretty quickly. I'd imagine they have a strength in numbers. Matt Grab, where's he going to go? I'm assuming they're all going to try to pull high as the drivers ahead of them probably don't want to give them the bottom. But we'll see here. Grab going to try to give as big of his draft as possible to get to the rear bumper of Rodriguez. Now they're going to go outside. Here we go. Lead change going to be coming up pretty soon here. As they go door to door. They might want to get back single file, and then they're going to probably come down the pit. Matt Grab around the outside. He won the truck race. Doesn't lead that lap, but now he will take the lead of the Daytona 500. Cole Wilson all over his bumper. Connor Asbel there as well. And Aiden Donahue lined up on the top. We're expecting green flag pit stops soon from all of these cars. That would be about 21 of them, I would imagine. 21 cars. Might not be on pit road at the exact same time, but probably very close to that. So we had already 10 or 11 cars down pit road. They made their stops and got service. Now just waiting on these drivers. Matt Grab leading the Daytona 500 with his teammate Cole Wilson all over his back bumper. There's the second group as we just saw. So there's now about 3 groups. One of them, well, 2 of them have already pitted. This group, that's the biggest one, now going to go back single file. And they're pulling down to the inside, probably pitting this time. I'd imagine coming down pit road.
I don't hear anything on the radio about them coming down pit road, so...
They're pulling down to the inside, so I'm not really sure. So, anyways, it'll be a busy pit road whenever they do pit. And they stay out for now. "36 laps into the Daytona 500. We've been green all race long. And they're single file right now. Maybe even trying to catch these drivers in these packs. But it is a very interesting strategy game here in Daytona. I'm pretty sure they're going to have to pit in the next 5 or so laps. And then we should have a hard charge to the end of the stage. So remember, pit road does close with 2 laps to go until the halfway break. Which is at the end of lap number 50. Or the beginning of lap number 51, if you want to say. There's Cole Wilson down the backstretch, wiggling his car a bit. They run single file right now. So they stay out another lap. Alright, so this pack over here only has 5 cars. This group has only 4, so they're going to be caught off guard pretty soon once the main pack with about 20 or so drivers pits. We got drivers on pit road back here. The first ones, it's Giesbrecht Racing Management, Rodriguez, Giesbrecht, and Tomlin as they come down pit road.
I think all the ETR cars are in one pack. If we want to
Most of them.
count the street car.
The only one that isn't is Landon.
Brandon Renford. Pretty sure.
Well, no, I'm saying the ETR cars. That's the only one that's not in the main pack, or the pack that pitted. I meant. So Martinez, Lindsay, and Herring did get around the Giesbrecht cars, as here they come off pit road, and there's this other pack, and there's Martinez leading them. So there's Redford pulling outside here. I believe Redford is a lap down as Miller goes side by side with the 47. McRab leads through turns 3 and 4. We know they can't make it to the ends, I'm pretty sure, unless they're saving. Right along with McRab here. Seems like he's mostly full throttle. Cole Wilson is as well. Watching there, maybe dipping a bit, but when they're pushing, but...
Oh, wait, we got the 66 of Austin Barnett is pitting.
Alright. So we're going to see what happens down here. Eli Tomlin, I think, has a pit road penalty or something. He is going to pit, and now we got this group back here. MNF Racing comes to pit. You got Barnett through the grass. The 26 of Sela. Oh, contact on pit road. The 26 makes contact with the 66. Austin Barnett. And I think Sela is going to get the worst of that.
I think the pack did everyone pit or
not
every pack? So
everybody just yeah. We're trying to go back and there we go. After 40 laps into the Daytona 500, we've still been on all green so far. But you'll have a guaranteed caution at the end of lap 50. So expecting these cars to pit. There they come. All right. Everybody else coming at pit road except Giesbrecht, who already pitted. All right. So your leader's making their pit stops. Oh, locking up the tires a bit as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if Martinez, some of the others can capitalize on this, or these drivers in this main pack were able to run hard for a certain amount of time, so they will be out front. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Here they come. Oh, Wilson fuel only off pit road. Lots of other drivers not taking a whole lot of fuel, so they may beat Martinez and others out. Here comes Tomlin after serving his penalty. Wilson goes down to the inside. Here comes Martinez, and Nicholas Martinez takes the lead of the Daytona 500. It was executed pretty good, but not well enough as they all come off pit road. All right, now that everybody has made their pit stops, it's time to go hard for the stage. As Martinez leads, Lindsay, Herring, Youngblood, Malone, Hathorne, Butler, Wilson, and Grabber, Asbell, your top 10. So if they can get grouped up back there in these final 10 laps in this to the halfway break, they could start to catch these guys.
I do want to point out one issue. I think it's going off of my lap, so you may actually have to for the caution manually.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, it's going off of my lap, so if I'm not on the lead lap, it doesn't do it, I don't think. So...
That's a great system.
That's going to be... Yeah, totally. Great system. Hopefully caution comes out then.
Alright, well, once again, yellow coming out at the end of the left. So this is your lead right now. So watch, these are your top 8, or 7, I should say. They're all with each other. And they got 2 lap cars, the 79 of Miller and the 47 of Redford. But Cole Wilson, McRab, Connor Asbell, they're not really grouped up just yet. They're going to be trying to run hard. As Nicholas Martinez for Ethan Trendler Racing.
Here comes CTR.
Yep, here comes Malone on the outside with Hathorne and Butler. And here comes Jacob Malone, I think. Oh. He came down pit road already. All right. Now all bets are off. It's time to go for the stage win in Daytona. We heard some drivers' plans that were just trying to lag back. They are lagging back right now. Maybe some drivers not going for stage points, going for the main prize at the end. Could get dicey here at the end of the stage. Malone to the outside. So the top 7 right now then are here, and then you got Wilson, Graham, Asbell right now in position to score stage points that are not in this main pack. But here comes Malone on the outside, Herring through the middle as well, in front of Youngblood, Jacob Malone, and Seven Hathorne and John Butler going maybe to the lead with Ashton Miller lap car, but teammate trying to help him. There goes Jacob Malone. Back to the lead in the Daytona 500 with 7 laps to go to the halfway break. So Ethan Trendler Racing now controls this race with their affiliated race cars. As they head down the back straightaway, Jacob Malone leads. Malone gets a nice shove as they push each other back out front. Through in the wall of it is the 47 of Brandon Redford and Jordan Herring. There goes Redford to the bottom. In front of Nicholas Martinez. Herring trying to find his space in line. He will. And now Redford Motorsports guys are going to be on the bottom. 6 to go to the halfway break. And after pit stops concluded, this is the battle for the stage win. And once the top 10 cross the start-finish line, that'll be the end of the stage. But remember, Redford could try to help his teammate, Herring, because Redford right now is not on the lead lap. He had to have an extended pit stop. But everybody should take the wave around and whatever and the free pass and should get themselves back on the lead lap if we don't have any other incidents here. It's been caution-free so far in the Daytona 500. Oh, shove. The 3 and the 18 get together a bit. And looking back there with Cole Wilson and the others, they're not gaining any time. Honestly, maybe losing a bit. They gotta hope something happens up here, or they will be out of contention for the stage victory. There goes Lindsay, maybe going low. He'll file back on the outside with Martinez and such. They went back single file now. Malone leads. Four laps to go to the halfway break. In Daytona, stage points are on the line. Winner of the stage gets 10 regular season points and then 1 playoff point to go with it. Malone still leading as they head down the backstretch. Jacob Malone in his first Daytona 500. Impressing so far. We got 4 ETR cars lined up, then we got 2 other ones in the mix as well with Martinez and I think 45 of Wyatt Youngblood. They're from 3 different race teams, but still ETR. They're back single file all throughout the field now.
Alright, we're about to find out if it's only going off my laps because it's 3 to go now.
And I'm assuming that'll go pit road.
Oh, no, it doesn't work. Alright, we're good.
Okay. If it didn't work, Ashton, you would have to try to unlap yourself. Oh, I see. So Malone still leads. But 2 to go to the halfway break. Will anybody actually pull out of line? Because he's got 4 ETR cars here on the outside. Pretty loyal to each other all race long. Pace and Lindsay doesn't have any teammates to work with. They got Redford Motorsports a little bit further back. Redford is not on the lead lap, though. Jordan Herring is, so we'll see what he can do. Wyatt Youngblood tries to make a move down to the inside, but nothing's going to work there. Lindsay nearly in the wall a bit through 1 and 2, so nobody has pulled out of line just yet to make a move. We're looking back in the second pack. They are getting nearly side by side, but that's not the battle for the stage win. This is the battle for the stage win. First half of the race has been an interesting strategy game for everybody throughout the pack. It's kind of now all cycled back to where it was. Thought it was going to be different, but then drivers kind of executed it perfectly as we come back to 1 to go to the halfway break. Stage points on the line here in Daytona. Jacob Malone leading, looking for his first career stage win in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series.
Oh, here they go, here they go.
Lindsay now goes down low with Martinez. Martinez maybe going to leave his teammates there out to dry. More cars in the bottom here trying to push. Down the backstretch they go. Malone still leads. Halfhorn on his bumper. Butler lined up on the outside with Ashton Miller as well. Final time through 3 and 4. Lindsay, maybe not big enough of a run. Oh, Malone, big shove from Hathorn. Well, Hathorn elect to go low. He's not racing for points. There comes Martinez in the bottom. Miller going with him. Off turn 4 they go. Hathorn, who is not racing points, is going to push his teammate Jacob Malone to the green and white checker flag. Malone is going to win the halfway break. Picks up those 10 stage points, and there's the yellow. As the caution comes out. That's the halfway break in Daytona. Jacob Malone, your stage winner. Stephen Hathorn second, John Butler third, Lindsay, Herring, Martinez, Youngblood, Graham, Hunsicker, and Donahue. All right. Yellow flag is out. Those are your drivers that grabbed the first stage points of the season. Halfway in the Daytona 500, we have our first caution of the night. As they all try to catch up here to the pace car. Hopefully that goes well. It didn't really last night. We'll be right back from Daytona.
Clear the top.
Welcome back live to the season number 3 Daytona 500 here in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. So it was a first clean and green stage here in the 500. We went totally green for the entire time. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to get their wave rounds, get themselves back on the lead lap. There goes Miller. There goes Redford. We saw also, I think, Landon Fish, who had some sort of issue. Some others who were laps down. And we're going to probably see pit stops here.
Definitely.
Yeah. So they did what the Xfinity Series couldn't do last night, run 50 laps under green. All right, here we go. Leaders coming to pit. Will anybody stay out? Looks like maybe Sela is going to stay out. I don't think he's on the lead lap, though. So some cars just unlap themselves. But here come all your lead lap cars. It's going to be a busy pit road in Daytona under caution for the halfway break. Ooh.
I got the waves around, by the way, so
All right.
you're good.
Thank you, Ashton. As here comes cars off pit road. 81 Rodriguez to his pit stall. Number 1 pit stall, your pole sitter. There he goes. All right, trying to find a good angle. There it is. Gonna see who's gonna win the race off pit road. It's gonna be Jacob Malone off first. Hathorn, Lindsay. Nothing really changes except John Butler losing some spots. There he is in the 09 falling back as everybody else files off pit road, or your lead lap cars at least. Final one, Carlos Ortiz. And there are the drivers that got their laps back. And here's some more drivers getting the laps back, and they should be down pit road in just a moment. All right, so it was a very clean first stage here in the Daytona 500. Halfway now in this race. As the sun's starting to set here at the World Center of Racing. So now that there are no more guaranteed cautions in this one tonight, I'm wondering if we're going to see something change with the racing. Our driver's not going to be lagging back because it might be time to start to think about going here. See everybody pulling up. We saw that second group who lagged back on purpose in that first stage, and then they did not get stage points, which they might have not been going for them. Because I'm pretty sure now everybody should be back on the lead lap. Oh, sorry about that. We'll be right back. As we have 2 cars right now being scored a lap down. There goes Eli Tomlin around him. I think Fish got his lap back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did.
Okay. So all cars still running. As there goes Landon Fish to get his lap back in this Daytona 500. I'm not really sure where. Oh, we got cars coming down pit road again. Maybe to come top off. A lot of them pitting for a second time here. That's interesting. Interesting here. So maybe just trying to top off even more.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but so basically around like half the field here, coming down to pit road.
Let's see.
Really just quickly topping off.
Okay, so if you try saving, if there's another caution, you could make it to the end.
Yeah, so maybe this is... Oh, we got a car turned around on his pit stall. That's the 80 of Logan Giesbrecht. He's going to have to get that thing back fired up. So I think this is one to go. We should probably extend the caution one more. I can do it, Ashton, if you can't.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. We're going to extend the caution by 1 lap as far as I come off pit road here. Around. So, looking at the
They're already out of pits. They're already out of pits.
Alright, so we can just, I guess, go back to 1 to go if we can. Alright, there we go. So now we're going to go back to 1 to go. Just a quick change there. Definitely something that happens all the time in NASCAR. He's got Matthew White through the grass a bit back there. Here we go.
Back.
Yeah. But is it too late now to go in the back? You've got to start thinking about the end of this race. We're 54 laps in of 100, so no more guaranteed yellows. Now we're going to have Malone and Hathorn on the front row. They have been working together all race long. Are we going to see some more teamwork? We are about to see. They both dominated this race. Here we go. Pace car back down pit road. It's the second part of the Daytona 500 for Season 3, and we are back underway in Daytona. Good start from Malone. I think he's going to clear high, I'd imagine, on Hathorn. Yes, he will. So exactly what I expected there. Good job by those teammates.
There is a wreck somewhere. Can you check that?
I don't...
Apparently.
There was nobody crashing. Everybody kept it clean.
Alright. Weird iRacing things.
Alright. As they head down the backstretch here, everybody on the lead lap at the moment. Everybody trying to find a way in line to kind of a mess back there as they head down the backstretch once again here in Daytona. Herring maybe falling out of line, thought better of it. Oh my god, what is it doing? There we go. iRacing cameras being weird again. Oh, nearly into the wall. Brandon Redford. As here they go, down the front straightaway. Jacob Malone, your stage winner, still leading the Great American Race.
Oh, check up on the top.
Yeah, there is getting kind of dicey up there. There goes Redford on the bottom. Malone, another great shot from Hathorn in the 18. Yeah, but look at this second group. They've really been lagging back all race long. Kind of an interesting tactic there. I'm not sure if they want to do this. If there's not another caution in this race, that could be very bad for them. I guess they're relying on cautions because of this Daytona. But we didn't have a single caution for an incident in the first half of this race. There goes Jordan Herring at the bottom.
We might have one now.
Yeah, it's starting to get dicey up
really
here.
dicey.
Yes, it is. Lindsay, the back bumper of Herring. As you got Hathorn on the outside. Still pushing Jacob Malone, affiliated teammate at Johnson Motorsports, but all under the ATR umbrella. As they head down the backstretch, that second group, now actually a third group forming up back there. As Jordan Herring kind of lost his teammate Brandon Redford through this one. See if they can get back together. Hathorn back on that outside. Here comes Herring though on the bottom with Pace and Lindsay.
Lindsay, one of those most aggressive drivers, so, and an aggressive pusher too, so got to see how that goes.
Yeah, but been pretty decent, I would say, in this race. He won the ARCA race, of course, earlier this week. And he's been the only Team Chevy Motor Club car under that alliance. Up front is now Jordan Herring, side by side with Jacob Malone. As they head down the backstretch yet again. Drivers back in there trying to find his pace in line. Herring and Lindsay working together yet again on that bottom lane. Where will John Butler go? Oh, bit loose there from the 97 of Jordan Herring. He's able to hang on to it, though. As we're going through from the spotter stand through turns number 1 and 2, take a look at what these spotters are seeing. So you still got the 3 on the outside. The 3 affiliated teammates back together. Malone, Hawthorne, and the 09 of John Butler. They've been working together pretty much all race long on that outside. As here they go down the backstretch. It's not a Pandorian Davis kind of checking them back there. That one got close between the 97 of Herring and the 99 of Lindsay. 81 of Rodriguez also kind of checking up. As they head through turns number 3 and 4 and back down the front straightaway. So that bottom line's starting to go away with Rodriguez. There goes Redford. Now to the bottom. Herring now going to try to catch up. Redford side drafting Barnett. As they work their way on that outside lane. Aiden Donahue now leading that second smaller group. Oh! Teammates, Redford and Herring getting very loose at the bottom. Now they're going to be all alone. They're going to try to get in line for the 26. Kind of got dicey back there. As they're single file up front. Once again, Daytona. We're looking at the second group, led by Aiden Donahue here. So they got to try to stay close, or else they could be in jeopardy of losing a lot of time. And they have a couple less cars than that main group. Here goes Redford back out of line, down to the inside, trying to go somewhere as they kind of getting dicey up here. Ooh, Redford bottom, Herring going on to his bumper. Herring at the bottom once more, trying to push this teammate. Ashton Miller going down there as well. Yeah, the side draft, you really got to side draft this next-gen Cup car as much as possible here at these super speedways. Redford, big shot from Herring. Oh, that one was close. Nearly a wreck through the triangle. Redford, another big shove from Herring all over his back bumper. Gets him very loose. 47 slipping and sliding around here in Daytona. Redford on the bottom of the racetrack. Ashton Miller still goes with them. Daniel Sella back here. Part-time star for Johnson Motorsports. He's going to go with his affiliated teammate Miller. Now Miller goes back to the inside. Look at Herring going there. Redford tries to find his space in line. Getting really checked up on the outside now. That one got close. They may lose some of the draft from these guys. Here we go. Working together again. The 47 and the 97. Back to the inside. The 47 goes. Herring goes with him. Brandon Redford on the bottom of the racetrack. Malone, Hawthorne, and Butler, who have dominated this race on the outside once again. Look at this second pack now starting to catch up. They're going to catch Sela back there. And here we go. Martinez going down low. In the wall of the 4. He will save it. My goodness. Martinez now all alone in the bottom. Getting so dicey up front in Daytona. Look at the second
trying to
group.
go single file.
Second group needs to start running some good lap times here. I doubt it, but yeah, I doubt it, but you never know. There could be a caution-free Daytona 500, not including the stage. We haven't had a single incident for caution for incident, I should say, all night long. 64 laps into this 100-lap Great American Race.
They stack it up good enough. They might have one.
Yeah, they are really getting dicey up here. Top 3 have been loyal to each other bumpers. How about Kendorian Davis in his first career Cup Series start, first ever Daytona 500, running in P4. Nolan Crane, his teammate, kind of got shuffled out of line. Oh! Ashton in the wall a bit. They once again go side by side down the back straightaway. Martinez looks like McMillan. There goes Redford. Maybe Herring gonna go with them. They've been aggressive all day long, trying to get to the front. Oh, teammates in there now. Maybe split up, and Redford makes the smart decision to go back to the outside to go with his teammate Jordan Herring again.
They're looking to the bottom, it looks like.
Yeah, they keep on trying to go low. A couple of the other ones. The top 5 or so, top 6, kind of just staying on the outside, not really wanting to do anything. Oh, in the wall! Brandon, oh, crash! Around goes the 47. Miller's in the wall. The 4 of Ken Dory and David of Cryfreeds is also involved. Now Redford in the middle of the track. Oh, Donahue! All the way down low as they nearly crashed behind him. Caution out for the second time here in Daytona. Brandon Redford gets turned around. And there he is, the 47, all torn up. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out the first caution for incident tonight. Redford and Herring on that. Oh, Lindsay got in the wall, then that checked up the whole outside lane, and around goes the 47 of Brandon Redford. Miller got a bit of it. Actually saved it pretty nicely, but I have some damage, and there goes Donahue. What a miss for Aiden Donahue. Man, that was going to be close for the number 24 car. Let's ride along with the 47 of Brandon Redford through this one. And outside, yeah, just got checked up there, and around he goes. Loses his front bumper into the wall a bit as well. And, oh, Donahue. My goodness, that was close. So it's our first caution for incident tonight. And you hear one more angle of it. Yeah, Lindsay just checked up in the wall, he goes, and Borg on a piece of it. Actually has some damage on the front end, and they also wrecked ahead of them. Nearly. Alright. First caution, or second caution, I should say, of the night, but first one for cause. 67 laps into the Daytona 500. Sure, we're a little clear. Alright, so Brandon Redford. I'm trying to take a look at where he is. A moment. There he is, in the 47. Now back to outside the top 20. Some other drivers that got damaged were Ashton Miller. The 97 Herring also has a bit of front end damage. So we're going to see who's going to pit. Your leaders are coming down pit road. Maybe a fake? Nope. Everybody's pitting. Probably going to see the ones that need repairs. Getting some extended stops here as we have our first incident of the night in Daytona. Happens in lap number 66. Or lap 67, I should say. Alright, here they are, down pit road. Oh, Martinez had to back it up a bit. Will we see any strategy on back? Here they come. It's going to be Malone, Butler, now third, Hathorn, and Everby. They're kind of, yep, as they come off pit road, kind of in the same order they did before. I think Malone, Hathorn, and Butler like it that way, that order, I should say. Because they have been, I think Butler actually let Hathorn go. They are, again, teammates, but I think they definitely do like that order. Here comes the 90 of Eli Tomlin off pit road. The 97 of Jordan Herring has some front-end damage, as you can see. And some back-end damage. There's Redford. Getting that nose repaired. As one car pulls off. There we go, there's the 90. There's the 7 of Matthew White, a bad stop, I would say. Maybe trying to fuel up a bit. There comes the 80 of Logan.
He's gotten damage.
Oh, that would be the reason. Here's the 17 of Nolan Crane and his teammate, or I should say driver, George Clyfreeds. Here comes McMillan off pit road. He got Ashton Miller right there. Still on pit road. He got a piece of that as well.
Ashton, how bad did you go in that last one?
Terrible. 4 minutes.
Oh, man.
I'm assuming of optional.
Yep.
Alright, so these drivers are still on pit road. They're going to try to get as many repairs as possible. There is 97 of Jordan Herring coming off. There's the 70 of McMillan. And here's the rest of the field. So we will restart about lap number 70. That'll be only 31 laps to go in the Daytona 500. So it is time to go, I would say. First caution for incident of the night, though, in Daytona. As these drivers, there goes Redford off pit road. He got 74. I think Crane also pulled off. There's 79 of Miller. 4-car of Kai Frieds still on pit road. They come to 1 to go till they restart. There's Jordan Herring catching up. 70 of Ethan McMillan. There's the 72 of Landon Fish back on pit road. And there's the 4-car pulling off. Those are your final drivers on pit road. Now the only one right now is Ashton Miller, who's just I don't know, his luck. Poor Ashton Miller. Alright. Ready for the restart in Daytona, so these drivers should be able to unlap themselves. The 72, we'll get them free passes real quick. Alright. We'll be back for the restart in just a second. And here we go. Ready for the restart with, 31 laps to go in Daytona. The car's weaving, then 1 car trying to get his lap back. There goes the 4. It'll be 31 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Real quick update on Ashton Miller. He's still sitting on pit road at the moment. He might now be out of contention, unfortunately. All right, here we go. It's Malone and Hathorn on the front row. They've been all, and them and Butler have all been working together very nicely through this race, and I'm expecting more of that as we continue on with the 3rd Daytona 500. Here we go. Pace car going to come down pit road this time by. Ready for another restart here at the World Center Racing, the Daytona 500. Back underway with 31 laps to go. Yeah, there they go on the outside. Oh, Butler may be out of line here. Maybe they can squeeze them in. There, they're going to go bottom for now to pick up John Butler. Maybe they can get a run to go back outside. That's what they've been doing. And there's 3 wide behind him, pacing Lindsay through the middle. There goes Malone to the outside. Butler can't find a space in the line. Can Dorian Davis down the back straight away with a run. Getting dicey back there. 3 and 4 wide action almost. Oh, Redford nearly in the wall. As they're actually going to have to drop John Butler on the bottom. Now what they need is, as Herring gets 3 wide middle here, gets split up. So I think now, as they go still 3 wide, it's now go time in Daytona, I would imagine. All bets are off with 30 laps to go in the Great American Race. Malone maybe dropping down low. Hathorn still all over his bumper. As they head down the backstretch yet again. Jacob Malone has dominated his first ever NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona 500, and he is going to lead yet another lap here in Daytona as John Butler, teammate to these two, back on the inside. Is he going to try to find a spot ahead of them? Maybe do that? We'll have to wait and see. Butler down to the inside. He's down low. I think they're trying to kind of check it up. Maybe going to let the 09 in front of them. Nothing yet. As Hathorn continues to push all over the rear bumper, Jacob Malone gets him a bit sideways again. But now John Butler and Austin Barnett. Richard Cherry now working to the bottom. Oh, Butler gets split through the middle. He's going to be in that sinkhole and falling way back. That was John Butler. Not what he wanted to see. Maybe going to try to find a space. He will. In front of Connor Asbell. And there goes 48 Martinez and Wyatt Youngblood to the inside. They are affiliated teammates with the 3 and the 18. And don't look now, but Aiden Donahue and the 77 of Braden Hunsicker are starting to come through the pack. They've played it safe in this race. Wasn't really a need to because we didn't have any cautions in the first half. But they are now trying to race their way back to the front. Matt Grab also in tow. As Malone rockets down the back straightaway yet again. Oh, 18. All over his back bumper there. Oh, Matt Grab through the grass. I think he's going to save it. Yes, he will. And there he goes, joining the racetrack once again in the 53, but loses a lot of time from that. Big save, though, for Matt Grab. That could have been really big with all these cars in this lead draft. And there goes Donahue and Hunsicker at the bottom. Teammates go down low. Now Hathorn and Butler on that outside lane got to try something to push each other down this backstretch yet again. 26 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Oh, loose moment with the 24. They just can't hold that momentum down the front and back straightaways on that inside lane. But a big shove, though, for Hunsicker. The rear bumper of Donahue. Massive run. Are they going to try to get clear? Donahue, oh, nearly getting turned around by the 77. They were not clear just yet. Now Malone and Hathorn on that outside lane got to try to do something. And they are now clear. Asbell also with them. Throws 3 teammates lined up on the bottom. 25 to go in the Daytona 500. Ooh, Donahue. Big shove from Braden Hunsicker. There goes Malone. Back on the outside lane. Donahue does not have any help right now from the 77. He blocks high in front of Jacob Malone. That shuts the pack up. Malone gives him a big shove. For how long? There goes Malone back to the inside. Hathorn, I'm expecting to go with him. They're going to try to get around Donahue, as Donahue may be pushed back on the outside lane with no help from his teammate Hunsicker, as they're going to get around a lap car. Ashton Miller on the outside. He's going to have to keep it as high as possible. They're 3 wide ahead of them. We're luckily heading down the back straightaway, so everybody should get out of the way as we got the 4 car slow down the backstretch. It's getting dicey with 24 to go in Daytona. Haven't had the big one yet, but oh, it's starting to feel very much in that territory. Oh, getting sideways back there, maybe. Everybody just trying to gain some spots here in Daytona. Once again, there comes John Butler back with the ETR affiliated cars. He's gonna help them once more. Or at least try to. Donahue, oh, gets a shove from the 77 of Hunsicker. Car's actually pulling out of line, the 48 and the 45. 3 wide, oh, dicey moment for those 47 of Redford again. The 09 actually falls back through the field, going 3 wide. Big shove, the 24 and the 77 down low. Oh, Malone, very loose from the push from the 18. .22 to go in the Daytona 500. Oh, Donahue's upside near the wall, nearly on his lid, and they're crashing. It's the big one in Daytona. Multiple cars involved. Hathorn, the 81 of Rodriguez. They crash. Donahue is destroyed as they all pile it up. It's the big one in Daytona. McMillan involved. Landon Fish through the grass. More cars with damage. The 12 of Cole Wilson maybe a bit. 7 of Matthew White. All torn up. The 66 of Austin Barnett. Kendorian Davis has some damage in this. 76 of Connor Asbell. And I was saying it. I felt it coming.
Top the curse.
Yep. It's the big one with 22 laps to go in the Daytona 500. What happens? So we're going to look real quick. Donahue, just a bad shot from his teammate. Oh, yeah, turned him. Oh, got the 24 nearly on his side. Oh, and poor Jacob Malone, all torn up in this one. John Butler got spun out. The 70 McMillan also involved in. 24 Donahue really destroyed. Probably going to be done for the day. As ooh, there's
I
Gies
got
right.
the. By the way, I got the wave rounds again, and
Let's ride along with Aiden Donahue through this wreck. As he just got spun around. Taking the lead of the Daytona 500. Bad shot from behind in the wall, nearly on his side. Takes out, and that'll be done for the day for Aiden Donahue. All right. Take another look at this. Right along with Braden Hunsicker. Yeah, just got him in a bad spot. Turn him around, but Hunsicker gets through that mostly unscathed. They crash all behind him. All right, let's take a look from the chopper. Here's the blimp, actually. Yep, just got turned. And he goes in the wall. He nearly flipped upside down. I thought he was going over there. Look at Matthew White through the middle. 70 McMillan got tagged, and they all pile it up here in Daytona. Aiden and Donahue all torn up, probably done for the day. Here at the World Center of Racing. All right, your leaders. Some of your leaders actually coming down pit road, and most of them actually do stay out, though. Jacob Malone, they're all torn up. That's going to be probably day over for, unfortunately, Malone. There's the 18. Also pretty destroyed. 20 laps to go in the Daytona 500. The big one strikes. We felt it coming, and it happened. There comes Matt Grab off pit road. He also has some damage. There's Donahue. Pretty much destroyed.
All I'm going to say is that was an average Hunsicker moment.
Yeah. Braden Hunsicker just got too far on the bumper of his teammate Aiden Donahue. Got him spun around. All right, 20 laps to go in the Daytona 500. And it's whole new look up front. Braden Hunsicker now leads the 500. Connor Asbell, Jordan Herring, Kendorian Davis, Matthew White, 47 of Brandon Redford, Nolan Crane, Jamie McKinney, Payson Lindsay, and Nicholas Martin as your top 10. And here are cars still on pit road. And fortunate for the 09, also really torn up the 3 of Jacob Malone, the dominant car of the day, in the wall hard. And yeah, just had nowhere to go there. 24 of Donahue just got spun around into him. And it created the big one in Daytona with 20 laps to go. Marking out third caution of the night. If there's going to be any late pit stops here?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll get on fuel.
I'm assuming most drivers with this caution now and another one before are probably going to be decent on fuel. And nobody's going to hit over here, at least. There's the 18.5 door and the 09 of Butler, so they're not out of this. Rodriguez, Carlos Ortiz back on the racetrack in the nick of time, but yeah, there they come. Hang on to the track here. And there's the 24 of Aiden Donahue. First Daytona 500 does not going to end the way he wanted it to. All torn up, and then 3 of Jacob Malone. And I think those two just reset and just got the opportunity to work on their cars, so that'll be it, fortunately, for those two. All right, here we go. We'll restart with 18 laps remaining in the Daytona 500. It's go time. If it wasn't already. As everybody trying to catch back up here, there's Ashton Miller. There's 6 of Austin Barnett, the 21 of Carlos.
Can you tell me where they are, real quick?
The main pack.
Yeah.
Down the backstretch.
Tell me when they're going into turn 3.
Okay. Okay, 19 laps to go in the Great American Race. When they go back now, as they can't head into turn number 3 now.
All right.
All right. Here we go. It's starting to be the closing stages of the Daytona 500. Teammates Braden Hunsinger and Connor Asbell somehow made it through all that, and they will be on the front row. Got Jordan Herring and Kendorian Davis lining up in row number 2, the 7 of Matthew White, and the 47 of Brandon Redford. Row number 3. 18 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Pace car back down pit road once again. Green flag back in the air. Not a good start out as all for the outside. That's going to allow Jordan Herring to be clear and Matthew White of Connor Asbell. See what they can do through 1 and 2. White's going to block outside. Oh, Herring goes there as well with Asbell. And now Hunsinger. Oh, they're really trying to work together. Herring may be left out to dry here. As they head down the backstretch here in Daytona. Cars trying to get in line here. Everybody trying to make something work down the backstretch once more. Oh, up the track they go. All right, watch the 97 and the 47. They are going to be going for it, I'd imagine, as they have in all race. As they head once again through 1, throwing up behind him. Sun's starting to go down here at the Great American Race. The Daytona 500. As they head down the backstretch once more. Nolan Crane now leading that inside lane. Drivers for now staying in line for the most part. Yeah, but we're coming to the closing stages of this race. It's been one hell of a Daytona 500 so far. As there's Nolan.
Doppler's starting to go again.
Yeah, Nolan Crane back on the outside here. They're going to have to really start making something happen in the bottom if they want to get back up front. Hathorn on the outside here. Gets back in line. Matt Grab heading down the backstretch. Push from the 12 of Cole Wilson. Landon Johnson on the inside. Oh, getting kind of up the racetrack up there. Hathorn through the middle. Get the 12 of Wilson. They're going 3 wide yet again. Hathorn now through the middle of the racetrack. Oh! That one was close. Yeah, but poor ETR affiliated cars, after absolutely dominating this race, not what they deserve to be taken out like that. And now they're
they're still kind of in it.
Back to the outside. So you got 4 technically teammates lined up on the outside. After Hunsinger wrecked the field.
Oh, a spin!
Oh, crash in the back. Oh, they're wrecking. And there goes the... Oh, crash. Big crash down the front straightaway. Caution. Going to come out once again here in Daytona. And there we go. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out this yellow flag.
Sounds like the Xfinity race is starting to come back again.
Ashton, we had like 9 cautions at this point, though. Oh yeah, the 90 just lost it for the most part, and hooked the 18 big time, and then got them spun around, and they crashed down the front straightaway. Take another angle at that from Carlos Ortiz's view. Oh yeah, the 90 just got spun in there. Ortiz went to the bottom. Oh, got hooked. Unexpected there for Carlos Ortiz. Most of them actually kind of saved it, but still kind of wrecked down there. So we are now under our 4th yellow flag of the night. Alright, we'll be right back. And here we go once again from Daytona. Caution out, 14 to go. So we'll see what's going to happen down here. And we got cars pitting.
So I think I'll be good on fuel for one overtime attempt. If we were to go green to the end.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's the Daytona 500, so they're more, but that's the fuel report right there. So, but I don't know. I guess you were on pit road longer, Ashton, so drivers up here may not have as much.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Okay, so here they go down the backstrip. So if they don't have as much, could Ashton Miller be in a good spot to capitalize on somebody running out of fuel, as he does have enough for the end of this race. They're now saving under caution, so that might kind of kill that strategy.
Change it up.
Yeah. Okay.
I do have a bit of steering damage, but it's not that bad. It's like basically the angle that you would be racing at normal 500.
Yeah. You know, steering damage isn't the worst thing here at the super speedways, so car looks pretty clean though. I don't want to curse it. I'm really no, actually looks destroyed. He's definitely not going to win this Daytona 500. There
you go. I mean, I still have a couple teammates left, like Landon and John Butler. I don't know about the 18 of 7 though.
Yeah, that kind of got unraveled or wrecked Donahue and then wrecked them all on the outside. It was very unfortunate. All right, we're coming to the coming to 11 laps to go. That'll be the restart here for the Daytona 500. It is coming down to the closing stages once again of this race. It's been a very fun Daytona 500 so far.
Still some valuable points on the board.
Yeah, so, I mean, there are, I think most cars except the last two drivers are on the lead lap right now. Nobody is get out of the race. Probably just cursed that again, but, yeah, but so there's only the top 17 cars or so actually score points in the race, so. And first place scores 25.
I'm guessing stages are like 10, like
yeah, stage
10 points.
Just the normal stage point, that stage stuff that NASCAR has.
All right then.
All right, here we go. You can see the sun is now setting in Daytona. Who's going to be crowned this number 3 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Daytona 500 champion? We're getting very, very close to finding out. All these cars very hungry for a race win tonight. Pace car makes that hard left turn down the pit road yet again. And Hunsicker and White go back to green in Daytona. Oh! And they're going to do that, of course. Not really the most surprised that happened. They head through 1 and 2 here. Sorry about that. We're back now. Hunsicker now down the backstretch. Oh, Wilson.
Wide.
Cole Wilson through the middle. 3x3 once again. Now, Martinez all over the back over Jordan Herring. They're pushing down low. Coming to 10 laps to go in the Great American Race. Yeah, Huntsicker leading. Oh, they're getting dicey. Trying to side draft back there as they head down the backstretch yet again. Oh. This outside really now forming back up again. As, yeah, they're going to go almost single file for the top 15 cars. Here comes Herring.
18 of Steven Hawthorne is back on track.
Yeah, see, they're really checking up here. Really checking up now. There goes Redford in front of his. Oh! Sideways. Now Brandon. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. They're saving it again.
And very dicey right now.
Here goes McKinney to the bottom. Jamie McKinney at the bottom of the racetrack here, side by side now with Connor Asbell. And there's a 3 in the 18. Mert away from the way back up to the back. The 18 is on the lead. That the 3 is not, and they're going with each other. Lindsay in front of them now. Getting very dicey here. With 8 to go. The 01 to McKinney. There goes the 18 to the bottom. 7 Hathorn going for it. They're checking up in the outside lane. Malone, remember, not on the lead lap. But he's giving his teammate a massive shove. Down the back stretch to go. Oh, Matthew, whoa! And there he goes, Huntsicker in the wall. There they go. They're going to pile it up, maybe. And the caution is going to come out. The 18 spins. They're wrecking here in Daytona once again with 8 laps to go. Oh, another hard hit. Nolan Crane gets into the 18. And they wreck yet again. 5th caution of the night. 7 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Let's take a look.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, just got bad push there into Huntsicker, who's now all torn up. Malone blocked outside. Imagine Malone was on the lead lap. He was still in this thing as they crash here down the front straightaway. Lots of cars with damage in this one.
Ground.
As they come on through here, let's ride along with the 18 car through this accident. 7 Hathorn.
I somehow got through that one as well. I don't know how the hell I did.
A bad shove and into the 77 Huntsicker down low, and then they just had nowhere to go behind him as he goes around. Spins out here in Daytona. Oh. Big shot to the door. As they go around yet again.
Oh, we got a spinner
Oh
under. And they pile it up.
Where?
Almost.
What are we doing? Honestly. How do we do this?
It was a 3. He got turned by the 77 Huntsicker because he's mad.
Oh, well, Huntsicker dumped the whole field, so he should be... I'm not even going to speak at this point. Thank you, Jacob.
Oh, and they're wrecking again. Jesus, man.
There goes the 77 back down pit road. Oh, one of McKinney also destroyed. And there is Malone to get a lap back. My goodness. So with all that, Matthew White apparently leads. Connor Asbell second, Payson Lindsay third, Cole Wilson fourth, and Wyatt Youngblood P5.
I mean, we're gonna restart with like 4 laps to go here. So now it's absolutely like if you're in the back, you have to go now.
Yeah. It's going to be intense here in Daytona. Who's going to lift the trophy for the season number 3 Daytona 500? There's the 18 back down pit road. As he comes to Services race car yet again. Hathorn back in the top 20, though. Hathorn and Malone just push each other back through the field, and unfortunately, bad shot.
Gave the push too badly. Yeah. They're rookies, though, so. Jacob Malone, I've known him for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. He's done other leagues, so he should be somewhat good at super speedway. It's just,
I mean,
gave the bad push.
Did dominate this race until the field got turned and the big one happened.
As they're going to come to 1 to go this time by.
That'll mean...
What is it, the 6th caution?
Yep, no, 5th caution.
Oh. We're getting close to that limit, but I doubt it's going to happen.
Is that going to be another
I probably just fixed it.
Alright, these drivers are going to have to try to pull off. It'll be going to be 4 to go when we restart, though, in the Daytona 500. It's now crunch time. It's been crunch time for a while now, as you've seen. 4 to go in the Great American Race. Will this be our final caution?
All these drivers came and put on one hell of a show, and now everyone's just trying to get it done. Connor Hasbell's been running up in the front. He had the chance to win. He's been really fast here tonight. Same with Matthew White.
Yeah, these top 2 drivers are from Highline Motorsports. The next 2 are from Team Chevy Motor Club. So what's going to happen there with teammates?
I'm going to ask you, who do you have your chance to win tonight, given this current range of field right now?
Nicholas Martinez. No bias there whatsoever. I'm not going to pick you, Ashton, because then you'll crash.
Alright. I honestly have my bets on the 72 of Connor Hasbell. Or Payson Lindsay. Could get 2 wins in the speed weeks.
Yeah, he won the ARCA race on Thursday night. So here we go. It's crunch time in Daytona. It'll be 4.
Go 5 for 5.
Yeah,
it'll go 5 for 5 on photo finishes.
Yeah, that would be insane. It'll be 4 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Intensity is now all the way ramped up. We are under the lights. It's time to finish this one out in Daytona. Will this be the final yellow? Here we go. Matthew White, Connor Hasbell on the front row, ready for the green yet again.
Is everyone good on fuel?
Yeah, they should be, unless there's overtime. Green flag back in the air, 4 to go in the 500. White blocks outside in front of his teammate Hasbell. As they race into turn number 1, they're already going outside the 45. Youngblood, they're getting dicey back here on the restart. Ashton Miller to the bottom. As they head down the backstretch, Matthew White leading. Connor Hasbell in 2nd place. Cole Wilson runs 3rd. Oh, nearly wrecking behind him. Getting very dicey in the back half of the field. Free wide through the middle on the 21 of Ortiz. Look at this push now from Ashton Miller to the back bumper of the 80 of Lone Giesbrecht. 3 to go in the Daytona 500. Here comes Giesbrecht to the bottom. Oh, crash!
Oh,
Butler spins 1 car around, no caution. He saves it. Now Giesbrecht here on the bottom. Only 3 cars lined up. They're gonna need more. The 66 of Barnett's gonna go with him. Hunsicker there as well on the outside, starting to get some momentum. He's further back right now in 13th. Hasbell still all over the rear bumper of Matthew White. The head coming at 2 to go in the Daytona 500. Asbel all over the back bumper of the 7. When's he going to make a move? You got Cole Wilson on behind him. Will we make it back around to the white flag? Matthew White leading through turns 3 and 4. Cars loose there on the bottom. But as they head off, oh, spinner, Giesbrecht saves it. As they head off turn 4, it's time to send them off in the Great American Race. 1 to go in the 500. Cole Wilson now is gonna maybe look low. Look at Miller. To the bottom he goes. 3 wide behind him. As they head through 1 and 2 for the final time, and down the backstretch they go. Youngblood through the middle, everybody fighting for every position. There goes Pace and Lindsay, they're crashing. Through 3 and 4. Asbel on the back bumper of Matthew White. When's he gonna make a move? He's gonna swing high! Here they come, side by side, White! And it's gonna be White at the line! Matthew White wins the Daytona 500! As they crash coming to the line. And oh, McMillan. And Matthew White wins the Great American Race in a photo finish, 5th in a row with Connor Asbel. My goodness, what a race. Matthew White in an incredible photo finish. Let's take a look real quick at what happens. How close it was at the line. That's how close. Man, the finish. So the Daytona 500. Your race winner is Matthew White. Oh. Nearly crashed over here. He's going to burn it down, though. His 7th career run, I believe. And it comes in Daytona. Oh, we got fighting over here. Rhea Malone and the 77 of Raiden Hunsick are not happy with each other whatsoever. Peppers flaring. Matthew White celebrating. What a Daytona 500 was. All right. Well, he wins the 500. And post-race interviews coming up next. All right. Yeah, well, post-race interviews for the Daytona 500 coming up. All right, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll have the post-race interviews coming up here from the World Center of Racing. We'll have a post-race interview with your winner, Matthew White, also. Just waiting for White to join this. So your Season 1 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series champion wins the Daytona 500 in Season number 3. Okay. I guess we'll interview your second place finisher first, Connor Asbell. Okay, so here we go. Connor Asbell, your second place finisher first coming up. So Connor Asbell, it's P2 in the Daytona 500 and an insane photo finish with your teammate Matthew White. So is there anything you could have done there to try to squeeze out a little bit more speed in the race car to get the win there?
I wasn't really going for the win. I was just trying to get another photo finish for Speed Weeks. We just did a photo finish every single race. You better be proud of us.
All right, so now we're heading into the Xfinity Series. So a good finish here in the Daytona 500. Do you think that's going to give you any momentum with the rest of your starts in the Cup for this season and your full-time run in Xfinity?
Yeah, me and Matt Grab did a double up. I've ran 200 laps in total today, but I have a lot of experience with Xfinity, hoping to go try to get into the playoffs real quick, try to lead laps, try to be the best that I can.
All right, well, nice job on the P2 finish here in the Daytona 500, and we will see you tomorrow night, or not tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Yeah, I'm too used to Speed Weeks every single day.
I ain't working overtime.
Yeah, so on Wednesday night for the Xfinity race at Las Vegas.
All right, see ya.
All right, so we're going to try to get Matthew White in here. And in the meantime, we'll be interviewing third place finisher Cole Wilson. So Cole Wilson, you were in a 3x3 photo finish for I think it was third place. So is there anything you needed more there in those final couple laps, just trying to get up front to win this one?
It was, yeah, it was a good result. I think what went wrong was me and Payson were gonna drop down and have a shot at the win, but he dropped a little early. So then when I couldn't get alongside of him, and then when we were side by side, we were slowing each other down, and then that gave Connor and Matthew the big lead. But still a good result, P3. Wish we could have won it, obviously, but 4 out of 5 for TCMC / Highline in the Speed Weeks, and we'll hope to continue that success through the rest of the season.
All right, so what do you guys think you can do coming up next week for Xfinity? As that's the series your full time in Las Vegas. Does this second place finish and then a bunch of the other really good runs this speed weeks give you more momentum heading into the actual season?
Yeah, obviously we've been fast before last season, and we're gonna try to keep that speed and do well again.
All right, well, nice job on the third place finish tonight in Daytona, and we'll see you next Wednesday night for the Xfinity race.
Thank you.
All right, so coming up next is going to be, as I guess your winner, Matthew White's not going to be doing an interview. I'm not really sure. Coming up next is going to be fifth place finisher Payson Lindsay. So Payson Lindsay, you'll come home P5 tonight in Daytona. So there's a 3-wide photo finish for that third place there. So is there anything you could have done, maybe push something, or is there anything you needed there at the end to try to get this win?
I think I should have just dropped down earlier on the backstretch. I thought Youngblood was going to have a huge run, so I tried to block his run. I thought he was going to go with me, but he kind of let off a bit on going into turn 3. So just when I got side by side with Cole, we just had no momentum to go after the top 2.
All right, so now we're not even a really short break here as the doubleheader kicks off for Phoenix and Las Vegas, the West Coast swing next week, next Monday night. So is this ARCA win and ARCA obviously earlier this week, and then this top 5 here in the Daytona 500 give you any more momentum heading into Phoenix next week?
Gives me a lot of hope that we're going to have quite a few good runs this season, especially at Phoenix. I feel I'm pretty good at Phoenix. Las Vegas, it's not one of my best tracks. I'm not very good at the mile and a halves, but might be able to get a top 5 out of that one too.
All right, well, nice job on your top 5 in the Daytona 500, and we'll see you on Monday night for the doubleheader in Phoenix.
Yeah, thank you.
So next up is going to be Richard Cherry, came home P6. So Richard Cherry, P6 here in the Daytona 500 for your first ever start in the 500. So how did you make it through the chaos there in those final couple of laps to come home with a very nice solid finish in 6th?
Golden Poncho stuck up in my ass. That's it.
All right, are we going to see you in any more Cup races or maybe even Xfinity races later on as the season progresses?
Xfinity, I would love to do Spa. I mean, coming from the F1 leagues and all of that is a great racetrack, so might do that one, but it's like in January, so might not be able to make it. And for Cup races, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I might run. I don't know, to be honest, but I'm gonna run more. So, yeah.
All right, well, nice job on the top 10 here in the Daytona 500, and we'll see you in the next race you're able to do.
All right, thank you.
So that was Richard Cherry. Next up is going to be Austin Barnett. Who just avoided a final lap accident there. So Austin Barnett, crazy finish there. You will come home in P number 7. So you avoided a insane accident on the back straightaway. So how did you do that in the backstretch from your angle to come home 7th place here tonight?
Well, I'll tell you. I saw a gap and I shot for it. That's how you get through things right there.
All right, well, how do you think the rest of your season is going to go after having a top 10 here in the Daytona 500? What do you guys think you do for the start of the doubleheader next week on Monday in Phoenix?
I think I've made a couple enemies this race, so I mean they can hate me all they want. Who finished ahead of you?
All right, well, nice job on the top 10 still here tonight, and we'll see you on Monday night for the Phoenix race.
Thank you, man.
Coming next is going to be, looking down the order, who wants an interview. I think it's going to be Landon Fish. So Landon Fish is P12 in the Daytona 500, but finally a great recovery for you after, let's just say, an interesting speed weeks. And I think this may be the first race of speed weeks that you actually finished on the lead lap.
Survive.
Yeah, that. So how did you get through all that chaos at the end to come home in 12th?
Not going to the front with everyone that doesn't know how to drive a car.
All right, so after this top 15 tonight in Phoenix, what do you guys think you can do coming up in or not not Phoenix, in Daytona? What do you guys think you can do coming up in Phoenix on Monday?
Well, I mean, it's not a super speedway, and I mean, I feel like more of the people that don't know how to drive are gonna not be racing to the front, so hopefully we can just use skill and be away from the people that just want to wreck the field.
All right, well, nice job on finishing this Daytona race tonight in the Daytona 500, and we'll see you coming up next Monday night for the doubleheader at Phoenix.
See you then.
Coming up next is gonna be Eli Tomlin. So Eli Tomlin was a very good first stage of the Daytona 500 for you guys. You guys ran up front. You actually took the lead a couple of times, but then you'll ultimately finish in 15th place. So what happened towards the end of this race to kind of get you guys a little bit further back?
Well, I mean, there at the beginning, we were working together super well, man. It was a ton of fun to have all the GRM guys lined up, and Payson was doing what he should have been doing. He was pushing me hard early, but he got me in the left rear and sent me out. We were able to save it, but then a mix of me speeding on pit road, Logan overshooting his box, got us sent back a little bit, and then when we finally started running back through the field, Logan clipped the apron. You probably saw in that one wreck, and I checked up, and I think it was the 70 McMillan maybe that got into me, but it wasn't their fault. They had nowhere to go, and ultimately that damage just it kept us from competing.
All right, after seeing your speed here in Speed Weeks early on, what do you guys think you can do coming up for the rest of the season or the first couple of races of the Cup Series season next week in Phoenix?
Man, I've had my mind on Daytona so much it's gonna be hard to reset, but starting in Phoenix, that's not typically been a strong track for me, so I'll get together with Logan, Payson. We'll try to get some laps in and see what we can bring. See if we can stay competitive here early on.
All right, well, nice job on the race still tonight. Sorry it didn't result in the finish that you guys wanted, but we'll see you next Monday night for the doubleheader starting in Phoenix.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Coming up next is gonna be Logan Giesbrecht P18 in this race. So Logan Giesbrecht, we saw you guys working up front with your teammates there in the beginning of the race. You guys actually pushed each other to the front multiple times, but unfortunately you will come home in 18th place in this race tonight. So what happened to put you a little bit further back in this race at the end?
While I was leading the bottom line, coming to one to go, and Ashton Miller was doing exactly what he should have been doing, pushing me as hard as possible. It was really all either of us could do. I just had to take his pushes and hope I could keep the car straight, but my car got light coming off of 4, and unfortunately, I spun out. But I saved it, and I was able to get some positions with the later wrecks. And shout out to my boy Diego Rodriguez. He unfortunately got wrecked and was without an engine on the apron, but I pushed him to the finish. That was a highlight of my night, I'd say, because really we were just trying to avoid all the wrecks all night. We didn't do anything special except for the first stage where we stuck together, but yeah, I think we had a good night. It showed that we can be competitive in this league, and hopefully coming up Phoenix and Las Vegas, we'll be competitive there too.
All right, so overall, even though it's an 18th place finish tonight in the 500, how did you think your speed weeks went overall this week?
I think it went really well. I mean, it started off the first race, the ARCA race. My co-team owner won it, won his first race. And I'm really proud of him for that. And I'm really proud of him for pushing in the 500 and all that he's been doing. Overall, I think the league has been a little bit cleaner, and that includes him. The 500 definitely had some troublemakers. I'd say a couple people merging maybe when they shouldn't. And of course, whatever controversy's going on with the 3 car, I don't really care, but it happened. So I think if we can all just get past it and race next week and just go on with our season. I think we'll all have a good season.
All right. Well, sorry. Nice job on the race. Nice job on the race tonight. Sorry didn't result in the finish you guys wanted, but we'll see you coming up next Monday night for the first race of the doubleheader in Phoenix.
Thank you.
All right. Up next is going to be George. Make sure I say his name right. George Kirifides. So George Kirifides, I'm pretty sure I said it right that time.
Got it right, yeah.
All right, finally. You'll come home. Let's see, 19th in the Daytona 500 tonight. So we saw you got spun out there at the end after running, I think, inside the top 10. So what happened there at the end to get you guys turned around?
Jordan Herring made a really stupid move, but you know it's iRacing. You can't really stay mad at guys for that long. I'm just disappointed. We had a really good race car today. I thought I was out of it after one of the later wrecks, but we ended up getting it back in, and we were able to push that car pretty hard. And in our first Cup start ever, I mean, we did pretty good.
All right, so what do you guys think you can do coming up in next week for the Xfinity Series race at Las Vegas as you're full time there?
Well, I probably won't be racing Vegas because I'll be on vacation. But when I come back, we're gonna start practicing way more, and I'm gonna start with my teammates, especially working with them, figuring out stuff we could take to maximize teammate and chemistry.
All right, well, nice job on the race tonight. Sorry to result in the finish that you guys wanted, but we'll see you, I guess, for the next Xfinity race. That's after that. That's in Sonoma.
Thank you.
All right, final interview for tonight, I think, is gonna be Jamie McKinney. So Jamie McKinney, we saw you involved in the big one there. So and then you guys got taken out of the race here in P26. So what happened to from your perspective to take you guys out of this one?
Well, from my perspective, it was that 3 car had no business running up with the leaders and knocked the 18 sideways. 18 saved it, but like he was going like 20 miles an hour slower, so I had nowhere to go with Redford pushing me, so I just ran into him, and that took me out of the race. It destroyed my entire suspension. It would not properly turn anymore, and my teammate Brayden also got some damage from incidents that took him out of contention too, and that is just disappointing, man. Like you're a few laps down, right? But like I get there's no blue flag and like over racing, but you shouldn't just like run that aggressively, like you're on the lead lap. That's just stupid. Just get out of the way or just not push that hard because like he just needs to understand like some of us are really desperate for a win right now, including me.
All right, so sorry about that, but are we gonna see you later on in the season as the Cup Series races progress?
Yeah, you will see me tomorrow at Phoenix, and I guess probably Las Vegas after that. I'm planning on running a few more races this season. I'm looking forward to get another win.
All right, well, sorry about your nice run of the race tonight, but sorry about your DNF. But we'll see you coming up on Monday night for the doubleheader, first race doubleheader for the Cup Series in Phoenix.
Yep.
All right, just give it a second and we'll be back. So coming up, last interview of the night is going to be Nolan Crane. So Nolan Crane, unfortunately for you, you will finish 27th in this race. So what happened to take you guys out of the contention for the win and then out of the race ultimately?
Yeah, well, we just sadly got caught up in that wreck where I don't know why a car 7 laps down took out the leader and a lot of other fast cars, but it sucked. Decent, but yet bad results for Nolan Crane Racing today. In 27th, I think 19th and 8th. Kendorian probably had the fastest car out of all of us. Yeah, just sucks that didn't get the finish we wanted, but just move on to next week and maybe win. Never know.
All right, so as now you head into the regular season here for Phoenix on Monday and then Las Vegas on Thursday for the double header there. What do you guys think you do with your 2-car operation full time now for the rest of the season?
Well, we're gonna try and just get points and hopefully be in contention when it comes time for the championship. Gonna have to go home and repair some race cars tonight. That's what sucks about after being at super speedways. Just Phoenix is pretty good track for me, and then Vegas is also decent track. So hopefully we'll be up front. Don't know if Kendorian and George will be able to make either of those races. Maybe Monday due to work. But we'll have to see when it comes the time, and just hope we can have full lineup for those races.
All right, well, nice job on the race tonight. Sorry it unfortunately ended in a DNF, but we'll see you on Monday night for Phoenix.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so that was your 27th place finisher, Nolan Crane. All right, so Landon, I think you're the only one here right now. I think Ashton left and the other Coles. But any final thoughts before we head out in Daytona?
Chaotic week.
All right. Well, that'll do it from the World Center Racing. What a speed weeks it was. And you've been hearing it all, well, kind of all night long, but Phoenix will be on Monday night for the first ever NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series doubleheader. So it'll be the West Coast swing Phoenix Monday night. Then we're going to have Xfinity on Wednesday night at Las Vegas. Then we're having another Cup race on Thursday night at Las Vegas for the Las Vegas week there. And then on Friday night, we're going to have NASCAR iRacing FedEx Lobbies most likely for, I think, week number 17. All right. So that's going to do it for the World Center Racing. 5 photo finishes in a row. Every single race was a photo finish in Speed Weeks. We're going to take one more look at it. Matthew White wins the Daytona 500. And I think it is his 7th career NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series victory. And there it was at the line. How close it was between him and Connor Asbell. That'll do it in the Daytona 500. What a Speed Weeks it was. Thank you for all of you for joining us. It was an amazing Speed Weeks. We hope you enjoyed. Weeks of action is now behind us. We're back on Monday night for Phoenix racing for the Cup Series. Then a whole massive week. It's basically a second Speed Weeks next week with only one day off. But yeah, we'll be back then. Thank you, everybody who tuned in to Speed Weeks all week long. Everybody who raced. What a Speed Weeks it was. And we will see you in Phoenix. Yep, that'll do it tonight. Good night from the World Center Racing. Incredible Speed Weeks, probably the best we've ever had. And yeah, that'll do it. Good night from Daytona. We'll see you on Monday night in Phoenix for the doubleheader starting off.